back at Moss Point, Mississippi. We've had the toss of the coin. Moss Point won the toss of the coin. They deferred to the second half. The Rebels have elected to receive the football. Quad captains for Moss Point tonight, Tony Sibb, Anthony Simmons, Jason McBeath, and Damian Harris. The Rebels represented with tri-captains, DJ Holloway, the defensive back, tight end Josh Halpin, and utility man Chase Bostic, who plays all over the football field. Rebels in traveling gray uniforms tonight, gray pants, gray jerseys, and the navy blue helmets. And the homestanding Tigers of Moss Point, Mississippi, in navy blue jerseys, white pants, white numerals, and navy blue helmets. The Rebels are going to move from our right to left. That'll be south to north here at Moss Point, Mississippi, and receive the football as the Moss Point Tigers, number 1 in Mississippi, will kick off to the number 1 ranked team in Louisiana, the West Monroe Rebels.
Twice in 1 year, we've got to see the best team in Texas against the best team in Louisiana. Now the best team in Louisiana against the best in the state of Mississippi. And they elect to do what Jerry Arledge likes to do and Coach Chow's likes to do. And that's when they win the toss, they deferred and will go on defense first, and they want to try to shut down this West Monroe offense and get themselves a great field position.
Damarius Bilbo, the quarterback who does just about everything for this team, is going to tee it up at the 40-yard line and kick it off from the north 40. West Monroe's Rebels, the dangerous return men, and J.J. Johnson and Demario Taylor as we prepare to get this football game of undefeated underway here in Moss Point. So Bilbo has it teed up at the north 40. The Rebels will move south to north, right to left from our vantage point in the west side press box. And this football game is underway. A high kickoff. Going to be fielded by Taylor back around the 5 to the 10 to the 15, 20. Demario Taylor, the 25, tripped up. Out around the 27-yard line is Taylor for the Rebels. And West Monroe will take the ball first down and 10 yards to go as we begin this game from their own 27-yard line.
Frank talking a little bit about the Moss Point defense. They're not extremely big. They go 195, 220, 190, 210, 185 across the front. They play a 5-man front normally, but they're extremely fast.
Mark Banks will be the fullback for the Rebels. J.J. Johnson at tailback. The senior Mitch Tucker down under at quarterback. First down from the 27-yard line go the Rebels. And here's a fake by the quarterback. Tucker keeps it himself out to the 30. Knocked down about the 31-yard line. It's going to be Mitch Tucker for West Monroe as he faked to the fullback and kept it off the right side. Akando Duckworth, the defensive end, made the tackle. And Jim, the Rebels get 4 yards on the first play with Mitch Tucker keeping off the option.
Not a bad play. Picking up 4 yards on first down. That gives them second down and 6. Tony Sipp, number 35, one of the quad captains, actually came up with the football. He thought he had a fumble, but the referees ruled that Mitch was down.
Second down 6 as Michael Turner comes wide left for the Rebels. It'll be Barfield wide to the right side, and Tucker from the 31-yard line. Second down, about 6 yards to go. Runs the option, gives to the fullback Banks, and he is going to be hit and no gain at the 31-yard line. Stood up right along the line of scrimmage was Banks that time. No running room. Joseph Anderson. No, it's Smoke. Andrew Smoke, the big defensive tackle, 210-pound senior. And coming from the secondary was Kevin Jones for Moss Point. So no gain on the play to make it third down and 6 yards to go for West Monroe.
Great job that time by the Moss Point defense in shutting down the option. Now it's third down and long for the Rebels.
Miller McVay and Adam Barfield in the slot to the right side. High backfield. Mark Banks at fullback. J.J. Johnson the tailback. And Tucker rolls to the right side. Wants to throw. Sets and fires. The pass upfield is incomplete. Almost intercepted. Diving try for the football in the secondary for Moss Point, Mississippi. That was by Travis Kelly. The pass is incomplete, and the Rebels have fourth down and 6 yards to go, and will have to punt it away as Tucker Jim was trying to find Miller McVay, but overshot him.
Well, he overshot him, Frank, because Miller fell down. He slipped when he made his break. I think he would have been in a position to make the reception and pick up a first down, but he simply lost his footing.
So for the Rebels, Mims Boyce is in punt formation after the opening possession of the football game. There's the snap, controlled by Boyce, and the kick is away. Hits it high, lazy punt. Gonna bounce around the midfield stripe to the 45 and out of bounds at about the 41-yard line of Moss Point. Is the punt that time by Mims Boyce. So the Tigers of Moss Point High School will take it for the first time. They'll have it at their own 41-yard line with pretty good field position in their opening possession of this game.
Frank, that's going to be about a 29-yard punt by Mims Boyce. And as Moss Point wanted to do, they shut down the West Monroe Rebel offense, and they have great field position.
So Damarius, Bilbo, and company onto the field. First down and 10 from their own 41-yard line. Backfield split. Now they shift to wings on each side, leaving no running backs behind Bilbo. Here comes a man in motion. He gets the handoff, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped at the 40-yard line. He lost a yard on the play, as they gave it off on the counter that time to Keswick Nettles, and a nice defensive play, Jim, by Lucas Jackson, who smelled out the play, and a loss of a yard on the first play for the Tigers. Second down, 11 yards to go.
And the no-huddle offense, Frank.
Quickly, the no-huddle, and Damarius Bilbo's way back in the shotgun. Deep in the backfield in the shotgun, and second down, 11 yards to go. Bilbo has the snap and wants to throw. Comes out of the pocket, rolls right, and throws upfield. The pass is incomplete. A couple of Rebels got their hands on the ball. One was Mims Boyce that time, and the other was Ron Macbeth. Chase Bostic is also there. It's third down, 11 yards to go. And Bilbo, Jim, extremely deep in the backfield to receive that snap that time in the shotgun.
You're right, Frank. He was trying to hit Anthony Simmons, one of the wing backs. He was about 9 yards back when the ball was snapped in the shotgun. Then he took another 3 or 4 steps back from there, so he's a good 13 to 14 yards back in the pocket. He has an outstanding arm. That's why he can do that.
It's third down, 11 from their own 40-yard line from Moss Point. Again, the shotgun for Bilbo, and he has the snap. Big rush coming. Bilbo looks left, gets away from one man, gets away from another. He runs the ball, and he's sacked. He's down back at the 30, losing 10 yards on the play. Is Damarius Bilbo. He avoided 1, 2, but could not get by the third Rebel, who knocked him down back there. The first two guys were J.R. Hayden and Lucas Jackson.
They actually made the sack. Glentrell Ware, and I'm not sure who of the other. I think it was a defensive end, maybe Rick Gio applied the initial pressure.
Great job by the Rebels defensively. It is fourth down, about 20 yards to go from Moss Point. They are in punt formation now, as Andrew Delancey goes back to punt the football. J.J. Johnson deep for West Monroe. There's a snap, 3-man rush, and he gets the kick away. And a flag is down for roughing. But on the other end, J.J. Johnson is hit as the ball arrives. Rebels recover the ball at their own 40-yard line. We have a penalty down where the ball was punted. I don't see a flag on the other end of the football field, but we are going to have roughing the kicker called against West Monroe.
Just a blatant foul that time by West Monroe. They had 3 guys who came awfully close to blocking the kick, and they simply ran. They had a bad angle. They ran straight into the punter.
The ball is covered by the Rebels at their own 40-yard line, but Moss Point will have the option here after the personal foul against West Monroe. He'll step off 15 yards out to the 45 of Moss Point, and it's an automatic first down at the Tiger 45-yard line for Moss Point.
And Frank, that's a good point. Had it not been an automatic first down, the 15-yard penalty would not have given the Tigers enough for a first down.
But, of course, they do have it at their own 45 with a first down and 10 yards to go. A new life for Moss Point in their opening possession of the football game. Bilbo has the snap. Big rush. He looks and throws. This pass is intercepted. Yes, Rebels have it at the 45-yard line. Diving interception by Chase Bostic. Jim, that's his fourth of the year. He had 2 last week. 4th interception of the year, and a great play by Bostic, who dove for the football, and the Rebels have it right back at their own 44-yard line.
And Frank, what about a young man that played wide receiver and quarterback up until the last couple of weeks?
And what a job he's doing in that secondary. So here come the Rebels as they send McVay and Barfield wide right. First down, West Monroe. Its own 44-yard line after Bostic's interception. Run the option to Banks across the 45. The midfield stripe down to the 45-yard line and off his feet there after gaining 11 yards on the play. Is fullback Mark Banks running with good authority. Jason McBeath, the linebacker, makes the stop. But, Jim, the Rebels have a first down at the Moss Point 45-yard line.
And, boy, I tell you, the momentum has really swung again in favor of West Monroe now. They had great field position, but roughed the kicker, and now they came up with a big interception.
McVay and Barfield again wide right in the slot. Fumble in the snap by Tucker, scrambling for the football at the 44-yard line. I think West Monroe has maintained possession of the ball, but that time Tucker just didn't handle the snap from center. He got on it. West Monroe will lose a yard on the fumbled snap, and at the 45-yard line of the Tigers, will have second down, about 11 yards to go.
Frank, you called it, just a bad exchange between the center and the quarterback, and that ruined that play.
And so, senior quarterback Mitch Tucker comes out of the huddle, sends, again, those 2 wide receivers to the right side. The tight end lines up left. High backfield with Banks and Johnson back there. Tucker, quick drop to pass, and he throws banded down at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. Big defensive end got his hands on the ball that time. Big number 97, Acondo Duckworth, 6'2" and 195-pounder. Came in with the arms out high. Barfield was the intended receiver, Jim, and it's third down and 10 yards. Really third down, about 10.5 yards to go. The Rebels at the 45-yard line of Moss Point.
And I'll tell you what, that was like a rejection. in basketball. I mean, he really slapped that ball back in Tucker's face, and I think Barfield was open on the play. A bit disappointing.
So a big third down, about 11 yards to go, and here's Tucker dropping back, rushes on. He's scrambling, they've got him. He's sacked back at the 45 of West Monroe. 10 yards lost on the play as Tucker was rolling right. The blitz was coming, and Joe Anderson, one of the defensive linemen, got to the Rebel quarterback and dumped him back at the 45. It's fourth down and extremely long, and the Rebels are going to have to punt it again. So far, both defenses excelling in this football game. On Travis Kelly and Sipp. Tony Sipp will now be the twin safeties, Jim, for Moss Point as they put both guys back. High snap, but controlled by Boyce, and he gets the kick away, hits it nicely. That ball's going to bounce the 30 inside the 25, picked up by Sipp at the 20, and he goes down the 21-yard line. And the Tigers will take it there, their own 21 with a first down and 10. Let's send it to the field and check in with Bill Nars.
Well, Frank and Jim, just a chess match now between the defensive coordinators on both sides of the football. Some breakdowns in pass protection, both for Moss Point and for the West Monroe Rebels, and calls in third down and long. And if not for the big play by Chase Bostic, that took the life out of Moss Point. And so here we go again with Moss Point with the football.
First down, Moss Point, its own 21-yard line. Quarterback Damarius Bilbo down under is going to give it to the fullback straight ahead, and he is out to the 25, 26, maybe the 27-yard line. Running straight ahead is Quincy Hicks. Pardon me, Sharon Pickens carried that time, number 2. And a little guy, 140-pound senior, found a hole inside. They put it down, Jim, on the 25. Let's call it 4 in the play. So it's second down, 6 yards to go. Glentrail Ware makes the tackle.
I tell you what, that little Pickens is 140 pounds, but he shot through the hole very quickly.
Again, they've got that same high backfield behind quarterback Damarius Bilbo. Second down, 6 now from their own 25. Bilbo checks off as he shouts instructions out there. Moves Hicks to the halfback spot. Pickens the other side. Bilbo rolls right to throw, sets up a screen, has his man. That's Hicks with the ball to the 25, and he's going down about the 29-yard line. He's well short of the first down as he caught the pass in the right flat, trying to set up the screen. Well defended by the Rebels, who knock him down at about the 29, and guess who? Lucas Jackson, the linebacker.
Guess who? The leading tackler on the season coming into this ball game, Lucas, with 60 total tackles, 47 solo, and 13 assists, and he just added another.
Third down, 2 yards to go now for the Tigers. Quincy Hicks, the only back behind quarterback Damarius Bilbo. He's set to the left side. Bilbo again checking off at the line of scrimmage, takes the ball, backing up to throw, stepping up to run, now passing complete, out to the 35 and a first down reception for Moss Point as the grab is made across the middle. That reception, I believe, is by Dennis Walker, number 15. And it is a first down and 10 yards to go for the Tigers at their own 35. But again, Jim, you saw the athletic ability of Bilbo, who was back to pass, scrambling with the football, and finally found Walker, who was hit down by DJ Holloway.
You're right, Frank. He bought himself just enough time until Walker could get open, and he hit him with a first down, the first down for the Tigers.
This time Bilbo's back in the shotgun from their own 35. First down, the rush is away. The pass is caught. A diving reception at the 42-yard line by Anthony Simmons for Moss Point. They'll pick up about 7 yards on that completed pass as they get it out to the 42-yard line of West Monroe. Or did they call that incomplete? They called it incomplete, a trap, as the diving reception was made by Simmons. The official that had the angle saw it was a trap. It's incomplete, so bring it back to the 35 of the Tigers, where it's second down and 10 yards to go.
Actually, the line judge, Frank, was overruled, as you mentioned, by another official who had a better angle. It was a trap.
Bilbo goes down under center this time. There goes Simmons in motion, and they give us to the fullback straight ahead. Not much for Quincy Hicks as he's hit down at about the 37, maybe the 38-yard line. Hicks took it inside, met by the linebacker Glentrail Ware and others for the Rebels. A gain of 3 to make it third down 7 now for the Tigers. Football at their own 38-yard line.
A very fast-paced football game. It's third down and long here for the Tigers. They need a big conversion.
Third down about 7. Shotgun for Bilbo. Waits the snap with a couple of blockers ahead of him. Has the football. There's the rush. The pass over the middle is caught at the 50. To the Rebel 45 is Tremaine Moore, and he is knocked down to the 41-yard line of the Rebels on a first down reception by the leading receiver on this football team, senior Tremaine Moore, who made the grab of an excellent pass from Bilbo over the middle and rambles into Rebel territory in a first down from Moss Point at the West Monroe 41-yard line.
DJ Holloway on the stop for West Monroe. Ron Macbeth went for the interception. He had good coverage. He missed the ball, and a great concentration by the receiver.
Tigers first down. No running backs back there. Bilbo rolls right. Big rush, but he sprints out of the pocket. Avoids one man. Now he's going to stop and throw down the field. It is incomplete down to the 15-yard line. The same guy, Tremaine Moore, the intended receiver, Jim. He had to wait a little bit, and the Rebel defenders had a chance, and Ron Macbeth had a beat on him, and the pass is incomplete.
But I tell you what, Frank, Tremaine Moore was open, and Bilbo got him the football. He just couldn't hang on. He was separated from the ball by Ron Macbeth, who did a great job in making up some ground there after Moore got open.
And already you see what an outstanding athlete Damarius Bilbo is. He is something.
I tell you what, he has a major league arm.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Slot formation for the Tigers at their own 41-yard line. Bilbo's handing off inside to the running back. He's inside the 40, down to the 35, and near the first down stick at about the 31-yard line is Sherrod Pickens. So Pickens weaving his way downfield that time, taking the handoff, and very near a first down at the West Monroe 31. In fact, it will be a first down and 10 yards to go for the Moss Point Tigers as DJ Holloway knocked him down, but not before the Tigers have another first down to the Rebel 31. No score in this game. We have 4.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. But right now, the Tigers have advanced that ball down to the Rebel 31-yard line. Quickly, they go without the huddle. Here's Bilbo pitching out, sweeping to the left side, inside the 30, down to the 25, and out of bounds across the way about the 23-yard line. That time it was Walker, I believe. No, Kaz Nettles carried the football, and he has run out of bounds at about the Rebel 20, maybe the 24. Call it 7 yards on the play to bring up second down and 3 yards to go as the Rebels gang tackle him across the way, led by the junior defensive back Jared Ross.
And the last 2 times, Frank, they've run to the left side, the right side of that Rebel defense, just nobody there for the Rebels.
Second down, about 3 yards to go. Football at about the 24-yard line of West Monroe. Bilbo takes the ball, will fake inside. Now pitches out. Trailman Pickens down to the 20, the 15-yard line. Pulled down to the 10 is Sherrod Pickens for Moss Point. They ran the option. Beautiful job by Bilbo and pitching out to the trailman Pickens. He avoided one guy at the line of scrimmage, and he darts his way to the 10-yard line of the Rebels, where it is first down and goal to go for Moss Point, Mississippi.
Great job by Damarius Bilbo. Looked like he threw the ball forward, though, Frank. We'll get a chance maybe ask Bill when we get a break. They go with a no-huddle again, almost.
Again, the no-huddle, and one running back is Keswick Nettles back there behind the quarterback Bilbo, who's back to throw. Big rush, pass away, and it is incomplete. No, caught for a touchdown around the goal line by Dennis Walker. Diving interception by Walker. And the touchdown for the Tigers. Let's go to the field and check in with Bill.
Well, guys, I think that the no-huddle offense has confused the Rebels just a bit. A great pitch and catch that time from Bilbo to his wide receiver, and a great catch. The wide receiver did make just in front of a diving DJ Holloway, but Moss Point has struck first, and they've done it methodically. And as Jim said, we've had no containment. The last couple of running plays that Moss Point had to their right, our left. And I tell you what, looks like a good football team so far.
Dennis Walker with a great diving reception for the touchdown of Bilbo's pass, but Bilbo got him down there through the air, mixed the run occasionally, and now Bilbo will kick the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 3 minutes and 24 seconds to play in the first quarter, we'll be back to Moss Point, Mississippi, with a score: the Tigers 7, the Rebels nothing. You're listening to West Monroe football.
Here, 31.
Here's the kickoff by Moss Point. J.J. Johnson is 5 yards deep in the end zone. He'll not be able to bring it out of there. Bilbo does it all, including kick it into the end zone. So Damarius Bilbo has kicked off into the end zone. In high school football, Louisiana or Mississippi, you can't bring it out of the end zone on automatic touchback. So, Jim, Bilbo not only does everything for this football team offensively, running the attack, he also kicks the ball very well also.
And very impressive. What was that, about an 80-yard drive that time by the Tigers?
So here are the Rebels, first down and 10, their own 20-yard line, trailing 7-0. Something they haven't found themselves doing often this year. Now before the snap of the football, flags are all over the field and whistles are blowing, and we're going to have a penalty assessed.
Britt Barnes, I think the tight end, jumped a little bit early for West Monroe, and they now go a little bit further back in that hole at about the 15.
So instead of the 20, it will be the 15-yard line. And for West Monroe, first down and 15 yards to go. 3 minutes and 24 seconds to play in the first quarter, and the Tigers of Moss Point leading the Rebels 7-0. West Monroe will send Barfield. They'll make that McVay wide to the left side of the football field. Barfield, the flanker, right. Mitch Tucker down there at quarterback. Banks and J.J. Johnson back there. The Rebels from the 15-yard line running the option, and here's a give to Banks inside, and he pulls his way forward out near the 20-yard line and stopped about the 19, maybe the 20. Is the hard-running 194-pound senior fullback Mark Banks straight ahead for the Rebels. They'll put it very near the 20, call it a gain of 5. They got the penalty back as the linebacker Jason McBeath, who leads his team in tackles, made the stop along with his cousin, Jim. I think it's his cousin, Marquise McBeath, who's only a sophomore.
But you're right, they're doing a great job. And I tell you this, I'm impressed with this Tiger defense. We'll get a chance to ask Bill, let him know his thoughts on it. But they're extremely quick and physical along that line of scrimmage.
Second down and 10 yards to go, and here's Tucker back to throw. They're after him. His pass is away and is incomplete across the way. Penalty markers on the play as well, as Tucker on the play action that time trying to throw the football, but big pressure coming, and illegal procedure is the indication against the Rebels, so the option will rest with Moss Point. As we talk that over, let's send it to the sidelines and check in with Bill again.
Well, they certainly are physical. They're doing a lot of movement, a lot of stunning up front with their linebackers and creating some confusion. The last the play before when we got the motion penalty, or when we started too quickly, it looked like that Moss Point was trying to aggravate the circumstances by moving men in and out of the certain gaps along that front, trying to disrupt the option. And it looks like that West Monroe is going to have to pick and choose its spots to run the football, and I think to be successful now they're going to have to try to drop back and throw the football and get some pass protection.
Moss Point refused the penalty, so the Rebels have third down and 10 yards to go now from their own 20-yard line. No running backs behind Tucker. So here's Tucker dropping straight back. Big rush, sets up a screen far side. This pass is incomplete across the way. Couldn't quite come up with the football. Adam Barfield, the intended receiver. It's fourth down, 10 yards to go, and we are facing a very fine defense here in Moss Point, Mississippi. And again, Jim, the Rebels are going to have to punt it away.
They're going to have to punt it one more time. They tried that little wide receiver screen to Adam Barfield. It looked like he had some room, but not the greatest of passes. And again, Mims Boyce back to punt. A bad snap the last time he tried to kick.
He's back at the 6 to receive the snap. Has the football. No rush, and the kick away by Mims. Hit it nicely. Back go the Tigers. It's going to be Sip at the 45 of Moss Point. Gets away to midfield, and he is knocked down to the Rebel 49-yard line. So Tony Sip on the return, and the Tigers will open this possession in Rebel territory at the West Monroe 49-yard line. They did a good job defensively against the Rebels, made them punt from deep in their own territory, and they'll have it at the 49. But, Jim, I think a flag has gone down. Let's see what this is all about.
I thought there might have been a clipping call at about midfield, but that's not what was called. There's a flag at about the 40, so we're fixing to get the call. It's a clip against West Monroe. A clipping against West Monroe. And West Monroe is trying to go down and cover the kick.
They're talking it over with Moss Point, unless the clip occurred before the punt, if that is possible.
Bill, do you have any information on this particular penalty down there?
Well, Coach Yaz is asking, how does the punting team clip? I'm not sure what. We thought it was on the 50-yard line on number 8 as he knocked 21 Damarius Taylor from the back. Knocked him square on the ground, and we thought that was what the flag was all about, but apparently not. And so Moss Point's going to decline the penalty, take the football there rather than making West Monroe re-kick it.
They have indeed declined the penalty, and Moss Point will take it just across the midfield stripe of the Rebel 49, and here we go. As Damarius Bilbo bark signals, takes the ball, will give it to the fullback who bangs it down inside the 45, and he's down about the 42-yard line of West Monroe's Rebels. That's Quincy Hicks, I believe, running straight ahead. No, it's Nettles, Kez Nettles. And Nettles straight ahead, bangs it for 7. It's second down, 3 yards to go from the Rebel 42-yard line. Lucas Jackson made the tackle.
And once again, the Tigers back at the line of scrimmage. Second down and short. They really have the Rebel defense back on their heels.
They run from the slot I formation, and Bilbo's going to hand it off to the tailback. He's inside. He is down to the 40-yard line, and down there, that's Brandon Fountain that time. And Fountain goes down near the first down stick. Good tackle by the linebacker, Mims Boyce. Mims Boyce, a 209-pound junior linebacker, knocked him down short of the 40. In fact, they put it down on the 41, so it is third down at about 2 yards needed for the first down from Moss Point from the Rebel 41. Tigers lead at 7-0. We have 1:25 to play here in the first quarter.
And the Tigers really controlling the football here in the first quarter.
Big third down play, third down possession play. They need 2 yards for the first down. Nettles the only running back behind Bilbo. From the 41, Nettles gets the football. Straight ahead he goes, and he's down near the first down territory at the Rebel 39-yard line. I think it will be a first down as he banged it straight ahead and got it inside the 40 to the 39 of the Rebels. It's a first down and 10 yards to go. Mims Boyce again makes the tackle, but not before the Tigers have another first down. This time, let's call it the 38-yard line of West Monroe.
Really a funny-looking play, Frank. It looked like there was some movement, or maybe everybody wasn't on the same snap count that time.
Jim, this time they're lining up with back in the shotgun again. Bilbo has the snap. They snapped it to a running back, and he's going down. Fumble! Rebels after it, picking it up, trying to at the 45, now at the 50-yard line. Whose ball? Rebels recover at the midfield stripe as they lost the handle on the football, and Case Sanders pounces upon it for West Monroe. That may be the break the Rebels need as they take over the football at the 50.
Lucas Jackson had the opportunity, Frank. He tried to pick it up on the run. He couldn't do it. Had he done so, it would have been 6 points for the Rebels.
But he couldn't quite get the handle on the football, and then Case Sanders just pounced upon it. The Rebels first down at the 50-yard line with 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter, trailing 7-0.
And nobody really hit the running back that time. I think he just lost the ball.
Lost the handle, took the snap out of the shotgun, the short snap. Rebels pitch it out to J.J. Johnson, sweeping right. He is down to the 45-yard line, 5 yards on the toss sweep. Old-fashioned power play that time as Tucker just pitched it out to his tailback, J.J. Johnson, who ran to the right side and got 5 yards on the play. Second down 5, the Rebels at the Moss Point 45 as that linebacker again, Jason McBeath, makes the tackle for Moss Point.
And he really walloped J.J. that time. A big-time run and a big-time hit by the linebacker.
This time, the Rebels send Michael Turner wide to the left side of the football field. Pitching out to J.J. Goes the other way. The left side, he is going to fight his way for 2 yards and be stopped at the 43. 2 more, and that's all as they try the toss sweep the other way, and J.J. is knocked down as he tried to go around the left side. That time, Larry Fairley, who's the defensive end, only a sophomore, 185-pounder, made the stop. In fact, they put it down on the 44-yard line. So it's a gain of only a yard to bring up 3rd down and 4, and the first quarter's come to an end. We'll be back with second period action here in Moss Point, Mississippi, with a score. Moss Point 7, the Rebels nothing. You're listening to West Monroe football. Pitch out went right. J.J. Johnson did recover the ball, but now, Jim, it's 4th down, 14 for the Rebels. And again, Mims Boyce has to punt the football for West Monroe.
A 10-yard loss on that bad pitch by Mitch Tucker.
Mims Boyce has the snap, no rush, and the punt away by Mims. Hits it nicely, and under it is Kelly at the 15 for the Tigers. Returns back to the 20, hurdles out to the 23-yard line, and goes down there. Folks is down there to make the tackle for West Monroe. Justin Folks on the punt return, but the Tigers of Moss Point in pretty good control of this football game right now, but a good one. Beginning the second quarter, 7-0 lead by the Tigers as they take it their own 23-yard line, 1st down and 10. Let's go to the field and check in with Bill again.
Well, Frank and Jim, I don't know about y'all, but not for the 2 turnovers by Moss Point. This could be, we could be in a lot more danger than we're in. West Monroe's going to have to do something offensive because the defense is getting very winded.
Here the Tigers are on 23, 1st down and 10. Wingman goes in motion. Bilbo takes the ball and fakes. He is back to throw the ball. He sets and throws far side. It is overthrown and incomplete. Flying down the field on the far side was Quincy Hicks. Bilbo let it go. But the pass is a long, incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Early in the second quarter now. And a 7-0 lead for the Tigers of Moss Point as they take it 2nd down their own 23-yard line.
And Frank, they sent the running back out of the backfield. Mims Boyce was trailing him on the play, but he looked to be a little bit open. In the first quarter, 6 first downs for the Tigers, only 1 for West Monroe. They really dominated the first quarter of play.
Couple of running backs behind quarterback Bilbo. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Running play straight ahead to Pickens, not much. He is stopped at the 25, a couple of yards, and heavy traffic that time as B.J. Simmons, the defensive end for West Monroe. 228-pound senior squeezing down and making the tackle for the Rebels just across the Moss Point 25-yard line. It will be 3rd down and 8 yards to go. And quite a defensive struggle by 2 outstanding defensive football teams so far in this game.
West Monroe with 16 yards rushing in the first quarter, none passing the football.
Bilbo, 3rd down and 8 for the Tigers. They're on 25. Rolls to the right side on the play action. Looks upfield. He throws. This pass is caught and out of bounds at the 45-yard line by Anthony Simmons for the Tigers. A 1st down reception for Moss Point as Simmons was wide open. Bilbo rolling right, drilled him the football. And it's 1st down and 10 yards to go. The Tigers of Moss Point High School at their own 45-yard line. Again, Bilbo goes to the air, and he does the damage.
D.J. Holloway with the coverage. Frank, he was rolling to his right. He was on the run, and he threw an absolute strike to Anthony Simmons for that 1st down. Just a dart.
Damarius Bilbo brings his team to the line of scrimmage. The Moss Point 45-yard line with a 1st down. He takes that ball and hands off inside. Nothing. Knocked down for no gain at the 45-yard line is Brandon Fountain that time as the Rebels come shooting across there to make the stop. It'll be 2nd down, 10 yards to go. And Jim, who got that tackle for the Rebels? The defensive end, Ricky Guillo. Eo came into the game with 37 tackles on the year, playing that defensive end spot on the other side of Case Sanders. 2nd and 10, the Tigers. Bilbo, no running backs behind him this time, but he does go down under his center on 2nd and 10 from his own 45. Sends a man in motion and fakes to him. Back to throw. Rebels after him, and he steps up to run, and he has room to midfield. Bilbo in Rebel territory and out of bounds at the West Monroe 46-yard line is Damarius Bilbo scrambling with the football. And Jim, Coach Arledge said that really worried him about Bilbo. On the broken plays, he may be the most dangerous of all. And Bilbo showed it that time as he scrambled for about 9 yards.
Just an easy 9 yards that time. Big pressure being applied. I think it was Glenn Terrell Ware on the blitz that time, but he came from the outside. There was a big gaping hole right up the middle, and that's where Bilbo took it. And, Frank, he's close enough to the sticks to take a measurement.
I said 9, but closer to 10. They'll bring the chains out from way across the field. Hey, we welcome Twin City Imports as a sponsor for West Monroe football. Twin City Imports on Louisville Avenue in Monroe.
Plumbing Inc. for all of your plumbing, heating, and air conditioning needs. Call Plumbing Incorporated, your Delta Treatment Plant dealer, Cypress Street, West Monroe, and the largest Bryant dealer in Northeast Louisiana.
As they measured for the first down, it is a first down and 10 yards to go for the Tigers of the West Monroe 45. And also our thanks to Scooter Pleasant and the fine folks at CenturyTel for all of their assistance with communications at West Monroe football games. CenturyTel also provides our live audio stream of the games on our website, www.y106.com. In fact, folks literally all over the world listening to this football game tonight.
And I think my grandmother, Mattie Lou Lester, up in Rochester, New York, with my mom and stepdad, I think she's trying to pick up the ball game tonight.
We'll certainly hope they are. We've got reports from far away as Japan of Rebel fans listening to these games. Kirk Lawrence listens over there. Here we go. First down, the Tigers at the Rebel 45-yard line, and Bilbo's going to give it straight ahead and room inside the 40. Fountain bangs it down to the 37-yard line of West Monroe. Straight ahead that time was it's Demetrius Anderson, number 48, not Fountain. And Anderson, Jim, with a quick burst up the middle. They say his knee hit on the 38-yard line. The gain is about 7 to make it 2nd down and 3 yards to go.
And right now the Tigers are running the football. They're throwing the football, doing basically anything they want to do offensively.
2nd and 3 from the Rebel 38. Shotgun for Bilbo. He has the snap, and he looks to throw, and he rolls right, and he sets, and he fires, and the pass is incomplete at the 30-yard line. Diving try for the football. Number 6, Anthony Simmons, but he trapped it, and he came bobbling out of there. Chase Bostic had provided the coverage. So now 3rd down and 3, the Tigers from the West Monroe 38-yard line.
And Frank, you can see when the Rebel defenders walk back into the huddle, I guess they really don't huddle much. They just walk back to the defensive line of scrimmage. They're taking their time. These guys are worn out.
Big 3rd down play. 3rd down, 3 yards to go. The Tigers, we're in the 2nd quarter with 8:56 to play in the 2nd period. Down under is Bilbo, the quarterback. They need 3 yards for the first down. Bilbo's going to roll to the right side and run the ball and has room 35-30. Bilbo the 25, and Bilbo is out of bounds across the way at the 20-yard line of the Rebels. First down and plenty more for Damarius Bilbo, the quarterback who just took it down the line of the right side. Cut downfield and plenty of running room. It's going to be placed out of bounds at the 22-yard line of the Rebels. First down there from Moss Point, Mississippi.
And you're looking at Coach Childs. He's at about the 30-yard line. He's really exhorting his defense on. You don't see that a lot because he works mostly with the offense, but this defense really back on its heels right now.
7-0. Moss Point leads the Rebels midway through the 2nd period of this football game. 8:48 to play in the 2nd quarter. Right now the Tigers have the Rebels back on their heels. First down to the Rebel 22-yard line. Bilbo down under is going to hand off to the tailback. Nettles to the 20. He is down to about the 16. Bounces off from a tackler and runs to the 15. And finally is off his feet at the 14. That's Quincy Hicks. Quincy Hicks running the football just inside the 15. There is a penalty marker down after that 8-yard gain by Hicks. Let's see what this is all about. I think it's going against the Tigers, Jim. It will. They'll nullify the run by Hicks and penalize Moss Point.
That should be the first penalty of the night against Moss Point. West Monroe already flagged twice for 20 yards, and obviously the Rebels will take this penalty here.
Illegal procedure against the Tigers. So they'll bring it back to the line of scrimmage and step off 5 yards. It moves it back beyond the 25 to about the 27-yard line of West Monroe. And West Monroe has asked for timeout. Timeout on the field. We'll be back. It's Moss Point 7, the Rebels nothing. You're listening to West Monroe football.
I'm Don Childs of the West Monroe Rebels. I'd like to offer to you one of the artist proofs. We have 150 copies that are signed by Jerry Arledge, Don Childs, and Ron Atwood at $300 each.
In addition to that, there are 1,500 copies of Rebel Pride that are signed by Ron Atwood. Part of these proceeds goes to the Rebel Club, and the price of each of these is $60.
For more information, please call the numbers at the bottom of the screen.
Frank Hoffman, Jim Norris, Bill Norris with you. We're in Moss Point, Mississippi. The Tigers of Moss Point lead the Rebels 7-0 with 8.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. And they have first down and 15 now from the 27-yard line of West Monroe.
Coach Arledge took a timeout because his defense was worn out.
Bilbo takes the football, gives it straight ahead. Anderson again, banks it inside the 25, and he's down to the 21-yard line. Got about 5 or 6 yards straight ahead that time. Demetrius Anderson running the football from fullback. So Anderson gets the penalty yardage back plus a yard. They'll put it down on the 21, and now it is second down, 9 yards to go for the Tigers of Moss Point.
And practically everything that Tiger offense is doing right now, Frank, whether it's running the ball, running inside, outside, or throwing it, it's successful.
Couple of running backs behind Bilbo, who's down under center on second down 9. From the Rebel 21, Bilbo dropping back to throw. Goes over the middle toward the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Tremaine Moore makes the reception over the middle. 5 yards deep in the end zone, and it's 13-0 Moss Point.
A 21-yard strike from Bilbo to Moore, and that was just a beautifully executed play. And Frank, it looks like this trip, this 5.5-hour trip, is really taking its toll on the Rebels. They don't appear to have any legs.
Let's send it to the field and check in with Bill.
Well, guys, I think the leg problem is the fact they played almost the entire first half so far with 7:57 remaining in this first half of play, and Moss Point leading 13, pinning the extra point. West Monroe offense has done virtually nothing except for a Banks run for first down, and it's been all Moss Point to that point, and the defense is just wore out. They're just having to run all over the field trying to contain Bilbo, and it was a daunting task coming in, and it's proven so far in this football game.
Bilbo has added the extra point. We'll be back. It's the Tigers 14-0. This is West Monroe by Moss Point. Sailing kickoff. That thing is way over the end zone. The Rebels are going to get it out on the 20-yard line. What a kickoff by Bilbo. Well, once again, Bilbo does it all, including kicking off for these Tigers. Bilbo, Damarius Bilbo, who executed the drive at quarterback for the Tigers, Jim, has sailed that kickoff out of the end zone. He may be a better kicker than he is passer, and he's a great passer.
You're right. He's nailed the last two deep into the end zone, and so now I know why they rely on this guy so much, particularly when they wanted to kick off to start the ball game.
Rebels out of their own 20-yard line after the touchback. First down and 10. Try to get this offense going now. Here's Mitch Tucker barking signals, and here come the Tigers jumping. This should go against Moss Point, Mississippi.
Look like number 95, Joe Anderson, just a little bit too eager, and he will be called with the offside penalty.
So that 5 yards to go against the Tigers. Move it out to the Rebel 25-yard line, where it is first down and 5 now after that penalty. 7 minutes and 57 seconds to play second quarter. Rebels have to get this offense cooking, trailing 14-0. Miller McVeigh is wide to the right side of the football field. Going left is Barfield. No running backs behind the quarterback, Mitch Tucker, this time. Tucker barks signals, takes that ball, dropping straight back. He looks and throws down the field, and it's overthrown. Turner, the intended receiver, and flags are down on the play. Let's see what this is all about. An extremely late flag went down in the secondary.
And it may be against West Monroe. I think they're getting a little bit frustrated. Great pass rush that time by Moss Point, and now I take that back. Moss Point looking disappointed, so they're going to get called with a personal. Well, no, it's personal foul. I'm sorry, against West Monroe. I think West Monroe just simply losing its composure a little bit here. They weren't open on the play, and one of the receivers downfield just apparently took a shot at one of the Tiger defenders.
Yeah, that's going to be hurtful. Rebels would have had second down and 5 from their own 25-yard line, but now they're going to step off the penalty, and it's a major infraction. Move the ball back. 10, 12, 13 yards, half the distance penalty. Moves it back now to very near the 12-yard line of West Monroe. Second down again. But from their own 12, they have to go to the 30 for the first down.
Frank, this was not many critical drives this year for the West Monroe offense, but this is one, and they've got to be careful. They're back up at their own end zone.
Indeed, from the 12-yard line. No running backs again behind Tucker, who drops straight back and looks to throw for Barfield. Has him out of the 20, breaks a tackle. Barfield is out to the 23-yard line and knocked down there. So a nice job by Barfield, pretty much getting the penalty yardage back. And another flag has gone down with a tackle this time. We may have a grabbing the face mask call against the Tigers. Let's see. No, I'm wrong. It's against the Tigers, but it's a clip. The second time we've seen defensive clipping called in the game.
Well, what happened that time, I saw that when the big Marcus Turner came over and he was going to block for his receiver, and at the end of the play, somebody just hit him in the back. I mean, the play was almost over, but they hit big number 88 in the back, and they're calling that a clip.
Really a personal foul as much as a clip, and the 15-yard penalty against the Tigers. The Rebels will have a first down now. This penalty has moved the ball all the way out to the 38-yard line of West Monroe. First down there for the Rebels. They had completed the pass to Barfield, and then they step off the 15 yards in addition to that. And the Rebels now have asked for timeout.
Well, they didn't really want it, Frank, but they're going to make them take it. The Rebels didn't want a timeout. But they're going to make them take it.
Indeed they will. Hey, despite the heat, you can get ready for the winter with fireplace inserts and wood stoves by seeing Troy Culp at Arkansas Stone on Highway 15 in West Monroe. See my friend Troy Culp at Arkansas Stone.
TP Outdoors, get ready for hunting season now at your hunting headquarters. TP Outdoors, 2 locations to serve you. 100 Mill Street in West Monroe and 2820 Sterlington Road in Monroe.
Our appreciation also to Acme Glass and Mirror for auto, home, commercial glass, certified technicians, and 24-hour emergency service. Acme Glass and Mirror with 3 locations to serve you: West Monroe, Monroe, and Ruston. Acme Glass and Mirror, give us a break.
Thanks also to St. Francis Medical Center, the most comprehensive health care in Northeast Louisiana. They care about families.
Tom Sanders Building Mart is more than just a lumber yard with fast in and fast out service. Shop where the contractors buy at Tom Sanders Building Mart on Downey Pines Road in West Monroe.
And also thanks to Community Trust Bank. It's first down and 10, Frank, now for the Rebels. And I think I might have called big number 88, Marcus Turner. I think that's Michael. A little different in size. You know, Marcus was about 5'5", and Michael's about 6'6".
Only about 14 inches or so. Here are the Rebels first down, their own 38-yard line. Tucker has an eye backfield behind him this time, but now before the snap of the ball, the linesman has thrown a flag, and he is stepping in, so let's see what this penalty indication will be.
Offsides, encroachment against the Tigers.
We'll take it 5 yards against Moss Point. So take it from the 38 beyond the 40 to the West Monroe 43-yard line. And there, first down and 5 yards to go now for West Monroe.
And West Monroe back on its heels, losing 14-0, and they were back at their own 12.5-yard line with second down and very long, and 2 big penalties against the Tigers have really kick-started the Rebel offense. Big possession here for the Rebels. Need to take it for a score. First down, their own 43. Here's Tucker running the option, faking and keeping. He is across the 45 to midfield. He finally is off his feet at the 46-yard line of Moss Point. Nice job by the Rebel quarterback, Mitch Tucker, running for 11 yards on a first down and 10 yards to go. Football down to the Tiger 46-yard line by Mitch Tucker off the option. And the crowd that time really jumping up and down. They faked inside the Banks, as you alluded to, Frank, and they walloped Mark Banks, and he's going off the field right now, and I'm not sure he knows exactly where he is. Edward Day to replace Banks in the backfield. J.J. Johnson, the tailback. Tight ends on both sides. One wide out is to the left side. That's Barfield. First down play. Here's Dade with the ball, and he's inside the 45. The little guy banks it down to about the 43-yard line. Hard running, bullying, you could say, by the 165-pound fullback Edward Day down to the 43-yard line. The tackle is by Tredexter Hamilton for the Tigers of Moss Point, and the Rebels get about 4 from the little guy. It's second down, 6 yards to go. Football at the 43-yard line of Moss Point. These Tigers, they play some stout defense. Only 2 guys over 200 pounds, so they're all quick. And they're small, but they're very physical. Again, the double tight set for the Rebels in one wideout. Pitch it out to Johnson. Sweeping left, cuts back against the grain and goes down, losing yardage back around the 45-yard line. Trying to cut back against the grade gem, and he lost his footing. And J.J. went down. In fact, he went down on the 46-yard line. The loss is 3. It is now third down and 9 for West Monroe. Coach Howes wanting a penalty that time, as someone, I think number 35, Tony Sipp, came up and hit Adam Barfield after the play was over. But West Monroe, they tried that little toss sweep a couple of 3 times to J.J., and really not much running room. And now they're in a hole at third down and long. Huge third down and 9 for the Rebels at their own 46-yard line. Tight ends left and right, one wide out Barfield. I'm backfield. Here's Tucker faking, and giving to J.J. inside. He's at the 45, but he stopped at the 43-yard line. Got only 3 yards on the sprint draw action, and J.J. Johnson is knocked down to the Tiger 43.
So West Monroe will have 4th down and 6 from the Moss Point 43-yard line with 5:44 to play in the second quarter. And we'll see Mims Boyce come on to punt it away.
And really, I guess you have to be somewhat thankful if you've watched the West Monroe offense in the first half. That was their best drive. It was aided by a couple of big penalties against the Tigers, and then it stalled here at about midfield.
Tony Sipp and Travis Kelly are deep. There's the snap, and the punt is away by Mims Boyce. Wobbling punt, bouncing at the 20. The thing's going out of bounds inside the 20, about the 18-yard line of the Tigers. Moss Point will take it there, leading 14-0 with 5:17 to play in the first half. Let's go to the field and check in with Bill Norris.
Well, guys, the challenge to the defense as they came off in that last series was to keep their head up. They were really down after that last score. Ron McBeth got the wrong call at the last minute in the secondary and just didn't have enough time to catch up and make that bat that football down. But Coach Art is trying to get his troops together now. They need to make a big stand right here and keep this thing close before halftime.
Tigers first down. They're on 18-yard line at Moss Point. His quarterback, Damarius Bilbo, barks signals. He's going to take that football and give it fakes inside, pitches out, ball, fumble. They scramble for it, but the Tigers recover, losing yardage all the way back to the 14-yard line. Bad pitch out that time by Bilbo as they ran the option, trying to pitch it out to Pickens, Sherrod Pickens. He did get back to coverage, Jim, but they lose about 4 yards on the play. So now it's going to be second down and 14 yards to go for the Tigers back at the 14.
Tremaine Moore, the big tight end, has really been effective in the first half against West Monroe, and Coach Arledge has lined up Glentrell Ware right over the top of him on the last couple of plays.
Moss Point back at its 14-yard line. Second down, 14 yards to go. Bilbo barking signals up there. Takes that football, dropping back to throw. Looking and throwing near side and has a man out of the 20. Good move out to the 25, and he's out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. The reception by Dennis Walker as he made the out grab and it made a good move with the football after he caught it and advanced that thing out very near the 30-yard line. They are going to be short of the first down as Mims Boyce ran him out of bounds. It's going to be third down, about 2.5, 3 yards needed for the first down. They put it down on the 27. So it's 3rd and 3 there from the 27-yard line.
Big third down. DJ Holloway missed a tackle, Frank. It would have been a short or minimal game, but he couldn't wrap him up.
Big third down play for the Tigers midway through the second quarter. 3:59 to play in the second quarter, so I guess it's a little later than midway. 14-0. Moss Point leads in this game. Third down 3. Bilbo takes and pitches out. Running left, they stop play. Whistles are sounding and flags are flying, and that play's not going to count.
Too much time. Didn't get it off in time.
So instead of 3rd and 3, Jim, that's going to be third down and 8 yards to go, so that's a big play.
Really is a big play, and I think part of the chess match, one of the things that Coach Arledge is trying to do, I think he's trying to match up one of his best defenders, number 9, Glentrell Ware, against number 80, Tremaine Moore. Just about everywhere Moore goes, Glentrell is right in his face.
The ball is moved back to the Moss Point 22-yard line, and it's third down, 7 yards to go there for the Tigers. They send 2 receivers to the right side. They'll have 2 running backs stacked in the eye behind quarterback Damarius Bilbo. One of those is going to be Quincy Hicks. The other, I think, is Sherrod Pickens. They need 7 yards for the first down from their own 22. And here's Bilbo faking, back to throw, has time, rolls right. He looks and throws way down the football field. This pass is intercepted. Rebels have it at their own 35 and down there. Running interception for the West Monroe Rebels by Jared Frost. And he played it beautifully, Jim. Covering the intended receiver, Simmons, all the way, making the interception. Then Simmons pulled him down. The Rebels take over the ball at their own 35-yard line of the interception by junior safety Jared Frost.
Great job by Jared Frost. I mentioned it looked like a duck that time, not one of Bilbo's better passes. He was looking again for number 80, but Glentrell Ware was following him on a crossing route. But even though he threw the interception that time, his second of the ball game, Frank, it's almost like a punt. It's about a 35-yard exchange on the possession.
3:34 remaining second quarter. Rebels first down their own 35, and a fake by the quarterback Tucker throws back the other way on the screen, and he has his man, but pulled down short, gain to the 39-yard line is J.J. Johnson. He'd come out of the backfield, J.J. had. They tried to set it up, and they did, but he couldn't avoid the defender, Jason McBeath, an outstanding linebacker for these Tigers, and he pulled him down at the Rebel 39. The gain is about 3, second down and 7.
They flooded all the receivers over here to the right side. They threw it back to J.J., thinking he might be one-on-one with a linebacker, but there were a couple of defenders over there, and McBeath made a sure tackle.
Pro set the Rebels, a split end right. Flanker goes left. A fake inside. Back to throw. Tucker steps up. They're after him. He gets away. He's still on his feet, looking, rolling to the right side. Tucker's going to run the ball and be knocked down at the 38-yard line. He lost about a yard on the play. Scrambling all over the backfield that time. Did a good job avoiding tacklers, Jim, but finally they caught up with him. They corralled him and knocked him down at the Rebel 38-yard line.
Unbelievable job just to get away from this strong Tiger rush. And let me tell you, folks, the offensive line for West Monroe being dominated by the smallish defensive front for the Tigers. I thought that Mitch, that time, once he got outside of the pocket, probably should have just thrown it away and stopped the clock.
Third down, about 8 yards to go. The Rebels are on 38-yard line. Double wide receivers, deuce formation. Back to throw the football. Going to be quarterback Tucker firing over the middle. The pass is intercepted at the 40 at midfield. Back to the 45 and knocked down to the Rebel 43-yard line. The interception right in front of the Moss Point bench, and they bring it back. I think that was Travis Kelly who made the interception. The Tigers have the ball, and they have it in Rebel territory at the West Monroe 43-yard line.
And Frank, I'm not sure if West Monroe has completed a pass tonight. I take that back. They had a little swing pass to J.J. Johnson, but other than that, offensively, West Monroe just simply hasn't done anything at all.
Here come the Tigers after the interception of West Monroe's pass with a first down at the West Monroe 43. We have only 2 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the first half, and Moss Point leads the Rebels 14-0. Here's Damarius Bilbo. Takes the football, pitches out, right side. They go to the 40-yard line and stopped at the 39 is going to be Quincy Hicks as they swept to the right side with a toss, and they got about 4, maybe 5. We'll call it 4 yards to the 39-yard line. DJ Holloway makes the stop for West Monroe. The clock will run with second down 6 for the Tigers now at the West Monroe 39, 1:43 to play in the half.
And the Rebel defense just hoping to hang on here and go in trailing 14-0.
Yeah, they've been out there much of the first half. No running backs behind Damarius Bilbo this time. Here comes a man in motion. Bilbo barking signals. Second down 6, dropping back.
Pressure.
Rebels after him. He passes quickly, and he has his man to the 40, down to the 35, and spun down inside the 30. Finally down to the 27-yard line. It's going to be Brandon Fountain for the Tigers. A first down reception, and what a great job by Bilbo, who saw the blitz coming, and he just delivered the pass out on the left flat.
And a great call by the head coach, Jerry Alexander. He had the blitz, the perfect call against the blitz is a little screen, and he ran it that time to perfection.
First down Tigers football on the Rebel 28-yard line. 1:10 remaining in the first half. West Monroe trying to hold out here, trailing at 14-0. And back to the shotgun goes Bilbo on first down to the 28. Damarius Bilbo has the snap, steps up against the rush. He avoids a man, gets by another. He is down to the 25, knocked down there at the 25-yard line is Bilbo after gaining 3 yards. The Tigers asked for timeout with 50 seconds left in the first half. The tackle that time by Lucas Jackson of the Rebels. Will be back. It's 14-0 the Tigers, and you're listening to West Monroe football. We're back here in Moss Point, Mississippi. Frank Hoffman, Jim Nars, Bill Nars, Tim Gallion. 50 seconds remaining here in the first half. The Tigers second down to the Rebel 25, and Bilbo's back to throw one. He is looking. Rebels after him and sack him. He's down back at the 32-yard line. Fumble the football. Rebels claim they have it as Bilbo went down. Rebels recover. West Monroe has the ball at the 32-yard line. Bilbo lost the handle. Mims' voice has come up with a loose football.
Absolutely, and the hit, the fumble was caused that time by Ricky Gio. The pocket collapsed. Bilbo had a little time, Frank, but he stayed in the pocket a little bit too long. Gio with the hit causing the fumble, and the Rebel defense dodged a bullet at the end of the second quarter.
41 seconds left in the half. Let's quickly check in with Bill.
Well, guys, I think that this halftime will be a lot of coaches huddling together trying to see what they can do to solve this Moss Point defense, especially number 45, the linebacker, who's been everywhere for the Tigers.
41 seconds to play. Pitch it out to Johnson, sweeping left out across the 35. J.J. is going down at the 39-yard line. Picked up about 8 yards on the toss sweep to the left side. Clock still runs now with 30 seconds left in the half. The other linebacker, Marquise McBeath, makes the tackle that time.
And Frank, that time, Andrew Whitworth absolutely leveled number 99, Brandon Clausell. I mean, he absolutely nailed him.
Rebels are going to come out of the huddle and may run one more play, may not. 12 seconds showing the clock as they come to the line with second down and 2 at their own 39-yard line. Mitch Tucker is going to take that football and fake it inside. Pitches to Johnson, 45 midfield. J.J. the 45, but he goes down to the 43-yard line. And the first half has come to an end. J.J. Johnson with a good run of about 17 yards as the horn sounds. But the homestanding Tigers applauding their football team as they go to intermission with a 14-0 lead over the West Monroe Rebels.
Well,
now, Jim, was there a flag on the play?
Well, no. West Monroe contends that they called a timeout, and the clock should have stopped with about a second or two. And the officials are huddled at about the 44 because he was clearly down with a second or two left. And they were trying to get a timeout. Plus, when you pick up a first down, the clock is supposed to stop. But the officials are going to say the first half is ended.
They're saying the first half is ended. They'll go to the locker room. As West Monroe heads to the locker room, we'll go to the field. Here's Bill with Coach Howe.
Well, Coach Howe's a trip to the Mississippi Gulf Coast. It's been a tough first half.
For us, it has. For them, it's been a great half. They just whipping us up front. Offensively, we're not blocking anybody, and we don't have time to throw, and then they match up on us out there one-on-one, and, we can't get away from them.
Well, Coach, it seems like we got some plays that can work if we can just get something done up front.
Well, that's always true with offense. Offensive line determines the outcome of what the offense does, and at this point in time, they're controlling the line of scrimmage, and we're not.
Well, Coach, it gives us an opportunity to see what our kids are made of in the second half.
Well, I hope so. We're not out of this thing by a long shot. The only thing, we got to kick off to them, and we got to get the ball, and then we got to move it and get some points on the board.
Okay, Coach, get with your troops at halftime. And I tell you what, guys, it's been a war down here on this field. And so far in the first half, Moss Point's had the better of it. Obviously, leading 14-0, but I think physically, too. And I think the coaches will challenge that offensive line to be physical here in this second half and see if we can't do something about this 14-0 deficit.
Okay, that's how it stands at halftime here on the Gulf Shore. It's 14-0. The Moss Point Tigers leading the Rebels. We invite you to stay tuned for halftime activities. We'll be right back. You're listening to West Monroe Football. Fly on the wall in that locker room at halftime for the West Monroe Rebels.
I don't know if I would have wanted to be a fly. You might have gotten swatted in the first half, during halftime, because I'm sure they did a lot the coaches did to get these kids up to play. I think the travel had something to do with it. They probably they looked a little tired, a little sluggish, but look, give all the credit in the world to Moss Point. They really came out sharp. They played a well of a football game in the first half, and offensively they've dominated. Defensively they dominated. So when you look up at the score and you see it 14-0, it's exactly what you would expect after watching the first half.
Hey, a word about the hospitality of the folks here at Moss Point. We've been treated so nicely. It's just been wonderful. The hospitality couldn't be better. They are very sportsmanlike. And I'm not saying that just because they're ahead 14-0, because they were like that before the game even started.
They certainly were. I've met a young a gentleman, I guess I want to say he's 78 years of age. He rarely misses a Moss Point football game. He doesn't miss many Mississippi State football games either. And he said, look, you guys take it easy on our small guys in this football game. I also saw the chief of police, the former chief of police from Moss Point. He was here for about 36 to 40 some odd years, and he moved away, and he comes back to most of the games, and he said he was really looking forward to a treat tonight. They both didn't think that West Monroe would have any trouble with Moss Point. I think that was a little bit more of their hospitality.
May have been, but they have certainly been treated to a treat themselves here tonight, in the first half anyway, because Moss Point certainly has dominated this game, and thus they lead 14-0 here at halftime. I almost tore up our desk here, but I think everything is okay, Jim.
We're in good shape.
And as we prepare to go to the second half, let's again check in on the sidelines and get a report from Bill.
Well, guys, I talked to some of the coaches, and what they're trying to do is just challenge this football team to come back and do the things that they've asked them to do, but make a football game of this. It doesn't matter what happens tonight, really, except for bragging rights of the states. We talked about that with Tommy Henry. I know that all of our contingent behind us, as well as the three of us in the broadcast booth, we don't like to lose football games. Neither do these kids. But really, it all depends on what happens starting next Friday night. But we need to come out, stop Moss Point. That's been the focus, to come out and stop them with the football, and then we need to take the offense and push the ball in the end zone and put some pressure back on Moss Point, give them something else to think about, take them out of the game plan that they've had, which so far is to be very aggressive across the defensive front. So the offensive coaches have gotten together. They've tried to make some adjustments, and we'll just have to see if that offensive line can do what's going to be ahead of them. And it's going to be a pretty good task. But 2 quarters left to play, and we're not down with this offense that we've got, as we've talked about. We're by no means out of this football game.
Well said. We're not done yet. Now the Rebels will kick off to begin the second half. Moss Point's going to get the football. They have Farley, Nettles, and Kelly. Travaris Kelly is the deep guys. Lee Deal has it ball teed up at the North 40, and the second half is just about to get underway as the Rebels trail Moss Point, Mississippi by a score of 14-0. So Deal waiting the signal from the official. This is the first action for Lee Deal in the football game tonight. He approaches the football. The second half is underway. Squib kick, shorter kick, fielded at about the 30-yard line. Coming back toward the center, the 35, and tripped up at the 40-yard line. The return was by, that's number 80, Tremaine Moore, and he got it back to the 40, so good field position for the Tigers, Jim, to begin the second half at their own 40-yard line.
And of all the people to kick it to, it's Tremaine Moore. He's been one of the most dangerous people offensively, other than Bilbo himself, in the first half for Moss Point.
Actually, they got it to about the 41-yard line, so first down and 10 yards to go there for the Tigers as Damarius Bilbo brings his team to the line of scrimmage. And backfield behind him.
I don't think that was intentional, by the way, the squib kick. I think he just missed it.
Bilbo hands it off inside of the fullback. He is hit and dropped to the 42, maybe a yard or so, but that's all wrestled down as the linebacker Lucas Jackson came shooting across there and made the tackle. Forward progress maybe to the 43-yard line. A couple of yards in heavy traffic that time. Second down and 8 yards to go for the Tigers of Moss Point as we get underway with the third quarter of this interstate football game. The West Monroe Rebels trailing Moss Point Tigers 14-0.
And that's something you're more accustomed to seeing West Monroe defensively do, and that's stuff the run.
Walker comes left. Simmons on the slot on the left side. High backfield behind quarterback Damarius Bilbo. Second down play. Give it off to the tailback. Hit in the backfield and drop back at the 40-yard line. Shooting across there, Jim, was the defensive end, Ricky Gio. And Ricky lowered the boom on the running back just as he took the handoff back at the 40-yard line. So they lose yardage on the play, losing 3 yards to make it third down 11.
Just a great job by Gio at that defensive end position. They've had some success with that play running to the wide side, or running outside, period. Not necessarily to the wide side, because that was to the short side, but Gio did a great job.
This time a single running back will be Quincy Hicks back there behind quarterback Bilbo. Third down, 11 yards to go. Big play coming, and here's Bilbo rolling right.
He's in trouble.
Back left. Rebels are having him sacked. He's down back at the 33-yard line. Rebels get the sack. J.R. Hayden and Ricky Gio are there. The Tigers cannot move. Fourth down, about 19 yards to go. They will have to punt it away after their opening possession of the third quarter.
Looks like number 81, Andrew Delancey, will handle the punting chores. And again, the master of adjustments at halftime, Jerry Arledge, comes up with a big series defensively for the Rebels.
Absolutely. In punt formation, Delancey has the snap, flag down, and they're stopping play. Whistles are
the Tigers
blowing. Illegal procedure against the Tigers. They'll step off 5 more, and they'll have to do it again.
And it looks like the Rebels just playing with more intensity here to start the second half. And I guess you better when you're down 14-0. But this is exactly the kind of start you wanted to see the Rebels have in the first half.
Well, and you mentioned it, of course, the type of adjusting the Rebels do, and they're famed for it. And what they do at halftime, coming back out here, and certainly the first series anyway, certainly look good for the Rebels defensively against Moss Point.
Let's see if they go after the punt or if they try to set up the ever-dangerous J.J. Johnson for the return.
Delancey back there to punt it, standing at his own 15-yard line, has the snap, no rush coming. The kick away by Delancey,
terrible.
Not long, hit it poorly, bouncing at the 45 of the Tigers. It'll be dead at the 46-yard line of Moss Point. Exactly what the doctor ordered. The Rebels first down in Tiger territory at the Moss Point 46-yard line. And that kick, Jim, is only 13 yards.
18
yards.
18 yards, and they would not have picked up the first down punting the football.
Great job by the Rebels. Quickly, let's check in with Bill.
Well, here's our opportunity. Just like we scripted it, defense made the adjustments. Now it's the offense's turn, and we'll see what happens here.
First down, the 46-yard line of the Tigers. Mitch Tucker and company out there for the Rebels. Tight ends on both sides. No wideouts in the game. And quarterback Mitch Tucker takes the ball and gives to Banks inside, and he goes rambling his way down. Oh, it's Day down to the 40-yard line. Edward Day, the fullback. And he got about 6 yards on the play as he took it right up the gut that time. Marquise McBeat, the sophomore linebacker, made the tackle. It's going to be second down. We'll call it 5 yards to go. About 4.5, really. The football resting on the 40-yard line of the Moss Point Tigers. And Jim, goes without saying how important a possession, how important a drive this is for the Rebels beginning the third quarter.
Absolutely. They had 3 tight ends on that last play. Now they've got 2 with a wingback.
Second down, about 5 yards to go from the 40, and it's going to be the quarterback faking today and keeping. Tucker's pulled down about the 39, maybe the 38-yard line. Call it the 39, as Tucker followed his fullback a pretty good ways and then finally went down at the 39. Only a yard on the play to make it third down and 4 yards to go now for the Rebels.
And the reason why he followed him, Frank, for a pretty good ways is Dade had the football and so did Tucker. Neither one of them wanted to give it up.
Well, and finally they came down together at the 39. Wasn't sure who to give the carry to. So here's Tucker, bring his team back to the line of scrimmage. Again, a wing set to the left side. Tight ends on both sides. Eye backfield, third down and 4. Pitching out. Sweeping left is Johnson. He's down to the 30, 30, the 20, going all the way to the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Rebels! J.J. Johnson on the toss sweep, rolling to the left side. After he broke the initial wave of tacklers, Jim, nobody laid a hand on him. It's a 40-yard run for a touchdown, and the Rebels are right back in this game.
Frank, that's that pitch they run in the first half over and over to not much, or with not much success, but that time a gaping hole, great blocks, and the Rebels are on the board in quick fashion.
Let's go to the field. Here's Bill Nars.
Well, guys, I hate to call us smart people, but you know, I think the credit goes to the coaching staff and then obviously those young men who decided at halftime that, you know, we don't know how the outcome is going to be, but I'll tell you this, we're going to play some football in the second half, and we found a way to block 45. He came on the blitz, and it was picked up. You'll notice that in the slot was Mark Banks, and Mark Banks was the one to crack down on 45 and open the lane for J.J. Johnson, and so all the credit in the world to make that adjustment, to put Dade at fullback and put Mark Banks out at that slot, and watch for Mark Banks to ease out of the backfield now a little later on and catch that pass.
Good point, Bill. Exactly what happened out there. Now, the Rebels were penalized 5 yards. They're going to kick the extra point 5 yards farther back.
No mouthpiece. They didn't have, one of the players didn't have their mouthpiece in. They called a penalty on them.
So Lee Deal's going to have to kick the extra point 5 yards farther back out of the hold of Adam Barfield. The snap, the placement. The extra point is in the air. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And we'll be back to Moss Point, Mississippi with a score. The Tigers of Moss Point 14, the Rebels 7. You're listening to West Monroe football. Now we played 3.5 minutes into the second half. The Rebels stop Moss Point on his possession. Then the Rebels get the ball and get their first score of the game and trail 14-7. J.J. Johnson scores on a 40-yard run. It's a new ball game as the Rebels kick off with 8.5 minutes to play now in the third quarter. Lee Deal approaches the football and puts his foot into it beautifully for the second time here in the half. Way back into the end zone. They'll not be able to bring it out of there. Deal kicked it over the end line, Jim. In high school football, you can't run it out of the end zone. It's an automatic touchback. Great job by Lee Deal on the kickoff, and the Tigers take it out on their own 20-yard line.
Frank, what was impressive about those, the West Monroe defense and the offense, the defense came out, and the Tigers had pretty good field position at about the 41-yard line. They're on 41 after that squib kick, and they pushed the Tigers back, forced a bad punt, then got good field position themselves and capitalized.
So Moss Point has it for the second time here in the second half. They have it at their own 20-yard line. No running backs behind Bilbo now. First down and 10. He's down under center. And Damarius Bilbo takes that ball. Is going to roll to the right side. Wants to throw. He is looking. Stepping up to run the ball. He is going down out the 24-yard line. Scrambling for about 4 yards. As he took it back up the gut that time after rolling right, wanting to throw. Ricky Keogh finally knocked him down with help from J.R. Hayden. And he'll get 4 yards out to about the 24-yard line where the Tigers have second down and 6 yards to go.
Good coverage that time by the secondary and the linebackers for West Monroe. Bilbo had nowhere to throw the football, and he was fortunate really to pick up about 3 or 4 yards on the scramble.
14-7, Moss Point ahead with 8 minutes to play in the third quarter. They'll send a wide receiver to the left side, and Anthony Simmons, and a man in the slot out there as well. Also a receiver goes right, and Bilbo down under center on second down, 6 flags down before the snap of the football. The referee threw that flag as he steps up quickly. I think they jumped in the offensive line, Jim.
Big number 75, James McCoy, just simply leaned forward and then almost fell down. And when you're 6'4", about 300 pounds, when you lean forward, that's what happens.
It's hard to hide. 5-yard penalty instead of second down and 6. The Tigers have second down, 11 yards to go. Football back at the 19-yard line of Moss Point.
And so one more time, the Rebel defense has an opportunity. It's only second down, but Moss Point deep in its own territory. And if the Rebels can come up with a stop here, the offense could have great field position.
From the 19 go the Tigers. Damarius Bilbo, the fine senior quarterback. Bark signals, takes the ball. He will pitch it out to the tailback. He's going to be hit and dropped at about the 20. Very little, if anything, on the play as Glentrell Ware was up there to meet Kendrick Nettle, Alonzo Farley, who carried the football that time, and he goes down about the 20-yard line, maybe a yard on the play. It is third down, 10 yards to go. The Tigers at their own 20-yard line. This is the second possession of the second half for Moss Point.
Third down and long here for Moss Point. They tried running the football the first time they got it, and now you know they're with third down and 10. You look for Bilbo to try to throw the football down the field.
Bilbo will go back to the shotgun, deep in the backfield on third down and 10, awaiting the direct snap. From the 20, there's the snap. Bilbo looks to throw. He has time. He's firing up the center of the football field. This pass is overthrown and incomplete. Intended for Dennis Walker, but covered by Jared Frost pretty nicely that time. And the long, incomplete pass by Bilbo will make it fourth down and 10 yards to go for the Tigers, and they'll be in punt formation from their own 20-yard line.
And, Frank, did you notice that Bilbo was at about the 10-yard line, maybe inside his 10? He threw that ball all the way in the air to the Rebel 40-yard line.
He's got a cannon. He's the outstanding quarterback we've seen this year. I think it's easy to say. Now here, Bilbo back in punt, back in punt formation. No, it's Delancey, pardon me.
Another bad kick.
He gets a very poor kick away, and it's going to bounce at about the 30 of the Tigers and is out to the 34-yard line of Moss Point, the 35. West Monroe is going to take the football for the second time in the second half with outstanding field position with a first down at the Moss Point 35-yard line.
And, Frank, you've got to really feel for Andrew Delancey, number 81. He's a left-footed kicker, and the last two times he's punted, I think the first two times he's punted of the ball game, it appears that he's almost missing the football.
Rebels come to the line at the 35 of Moss Point. Again, tight ends both sides. Mark Banks, a wing to the left side. Dade is the fullback. J.J. Johnson, the tailback. Dade gets it, but he's hit at the 34 and dropped after gaining only a yard. Quick hitter inside with the little guy, Edward Dade, but met by Andrew Smoke, a 210-pound defensive tackle, and Darius Mountain. It is second down 9 for the Rebels with the football just inside the Moss Point 35, caught at the 34-yard line.
And, Frank, a golden opportunity for the Rebels to tie the score here. They have great field position. You just can't get any better field position than this.
Out of the game went J.J. Johnson. In there at tailback's going to be Demario Taylor. The fullback is Dade. Again, Banks is the wingman, set left. Tight ends on both sides. Second down and 9 yards to go from the 34-yard line of the Tigers on a jump. The Rebels jump. It's going to cost them 5.
Looked like someone on the right side of the line, either Hamilton or Whitworth.
Wait a minute, Jim. I spoke too quickly.
So did I.
They're pointing toward the Tigers. Offsides indicated against Moss Point.
And West Monroe was walking back as if the penalty was going to be against them. So, hey, the Rebels will take it.
5-yard step off, offsides against the Tigers. Move it inside the 30, near the 29-yard line of the Tigers. Second down, about 4.5 yards for West Monroe.
I think what happened, one of the Tiger defenders kind of went into the, they crossed the line, and then that caused one of the Rebels to flinch.
Again, the double tight. Second down play from the 29. Pitch it out. Taylor, ricking right, has room. 25. He has the first down to the 23-yard line. Demario Taylor. Toss sweep to the right side. And Taylor is down to about the 23-yard line of the Tigers, where the Rebels have a first down and 10 yards to go. Acondo Duckworth knocked him down for Moss Point, but not before the Rebels have a first down and 10. And that football, in fact, is all the way down to the 22-yard line of Moss Point.
And that time, Andrew Whitworth out there leading that run, and I tell you what, he pancaked one of the defenders for the Moss Point Tigers.
5 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the third quarter. The Rebels trail at 14-7. They've stopped Moss Point twice here in the second half. Rebels scored first time they had the ball on a 40-yard run by J.J. Johnson. And right now, the Rebels have a first down and 10 from the Moss Point 22-yard line. Banks is back to fullback this time, and a tailback of the game is Taylor. Mitch Tucker down under from the 22. 2 receivers in a slot set to the wide side, left side of the football field. From the 22-yard line, here's a fake by Tucker. Pitches out to Taylor, hit in the backfield and drop. May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. As he goes down to about the 22-yard line off the option that time. Well defended by the Tigers, as the defensive end was there, and that was Acondo Duckworth and Tredexter Hamilton. So maybe have lost a yard, Jim. Back to the 23. It's second down, 11 yards to go. That play well defended by Moss Point.
Well, that time, Frank, I think what happened, Damarius Taylor, instead of going to the left, which is where the option was being run, he initially started to the right. So when Tucker got ready to pitch, Taylor wasn't there, and he had to hesitate.
From the 23, second down, 11 yards to go, the same slot formation. And here's Tucker running the option the other way and keeping the football, but stopped at the 22-yard line. Got the loss back, that's all. It'll be third down and 10 for the Rebels, as Tucker kept off the option and ran to the defensive tackle, Joe Anderson, a 220-pound defensive tackle. Third down, 10. The Rebels at the Moss Point 22-yard line, with 3 minutes and 58 seconds to play in the third quarter, and the Rebels trailing 14-7.
The last two plays the Rebels ran, they looked a little bit out of sync. As I mentioned, Taylor went the wrong way the first time, and then this last option, kind of a reverse pivot by the quarterback, they just didn't seem to have everything going like they wanted.
Pro I formation on third down and 10. JJ's back in the game on a fake by Tucker. Rose left, wants to throw, passes wide open, down around the 15, down to the 10, and out of bounds inside the 10 about the 5-yard line. Mark Banks caught the football. After faking inside, he was in the left flat. Tony Sipp caught up with him and ran him out of bounds. Well, the Rebels have a first down and goal to go. The ball is inside the 5, Jim. In fact, it's very near the 4, maybe even the 3-yard line of the Tigers of Moss Point. As Mitch Tucker finds Mark Banks open, the Rebels have it first down and goal.
They faked the run, and then they allowed Mark Banks to go out on the flats. He made a great catch near the sidelines and then took it up and almost took it in.
That ball's about 3.5 yards away from the goal line. Here we go. The Rebels at the line of scrimmage. Tight ends on both sides. Banks a wing to the right side. Running the option is Tucker. He is in for the touchdown. Mitch Tucker for the Rebels. And West Monroe is an extra point away from tying the score with 3:23 remaining in the third quarter. Let's go to the sidelines, and here's Bill.
Guys, if you look down at the field, you'll see a lot of the Moss Point Tigers on their knees. And I tell you what, nothing more that could happen better for the West Monroe Rebels than to come back, shut the offense down, and stick the football in the end zone twice against Tigers. And now we've got a football game, and Moss Point understands what it's all about. And I tell you what, these Rebels have come back with a lot of grit and a lot of fire in their belly, and now we've got a football game, one that we thought we'd have from the start.
What a job by these Rebels. Lee Deal will try to tie the score. The snap, the placement, the extra point is up. It's gone, and we'll be back with a score. The Rebels 14, the Tigers 14. You're listening to West Monroe football. Listen to these Rebel fans. It is tied at 14 as Lee Deal kicks off for the third time in the third quarter, a sailing kickoff. Bouncing high, Kelly trying to pick it up. They finally get the handle on it back around the 5. They return to the 10 and go down to about the 15-yard line. Quincy Hicks finally picked it up. Rebels converge on him and knock him down back at the 15-yard line. That's where the Tigers of Moss Point take the football. Now, Jim, Moss Point has had it twice in the third quarter. Both times the Rebels have snuffed them out. Rebels have gotten it twice in the third quarter. Both times they've taken it down for scores. We have a brand new ball game now with a 14-14 game with 3 minutes and 17 seconds left in the third period. And a flag went down on the kickoff return.
It's going to be against the Tigers, a clip, and that's going to be a half the distance mark off against Moss Point. It looked like number 47, David Batson, one of the Rebel defenders down covering that kickoff. Great kickoff by Lee Deal.
Which has moved it back to the 7-yard line for Moss Point. They have it first down and 10 yards to go there. And here's Bilbo, the very fine senior quarterback, taking the ball and giving to his fullback. Banks it straight ahead to the 10, maybe the 11-yard line. Got about 4 yards straight ahead that time. Straight up the gut, just trying to give the Tigers a little breathing room as J.R. Hayden was there to make the tackle, the All-State defensive tackle for the West Monroe Rebels.
And a pretty good run on first down when you're that deep in your own territory. He got about 4 or 5, Frank.
Out to the 11-yard line, second down, 6 yards to go, the Tigers. Clock running with under 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Again, Damarius Bilbo goes down under center for the Tigers. From the 11-yard line, he'll take that football and again gives it inside, not much. Rebels stack him up right along the 12 or 13-yard line, a couple of yards more. Darren Smith squeezing down this time to make the stop on Quincy Hicks. So the big Darren Smith, the defensive tackle up there, a 245-pound junior with help from his friends. And the Tigers now with the football at about the 13, have third down and 4 yards to go. And a big, suffice it to say, third down possession play coming.
And Frank, the Tigers, they really need something here on offense, and they've come out a little conservative. They've run the football most of the time here in the second half.
Indeed, here we go. Nettles is set behind the quarterback, Bilbo. 3rd down and 4. Damarius Bilbo's back to throw the football. They're stopping play. Whistles are blowing and flags are flying and play is being stopped. It was a 3rd down and 4 situation. Let's see what the call is going to be.
Illegal procedure
Against the Tigers.
and that hurts. Instead of 3rd and 4, we'll make it 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9 from Moss Point. They'll be penalized 5 yards from the 13-yard line. That'll move that ball back to the 8. Not only is this important in terms of the possession, but also it's important in field position. It's becoming so crucial in this football game. If they cannot move the ball this time, they'll have to kick from their own end zone.
And they don't have much of a punter. At least he hasn't shown much thus far.
Back to the 8-yard line go the Tigers. 3rd down, about 9 yards to go. Bilbo back in the shotgun. He's at the goal line, awaiting the snap, and he has the football, and he wants to throw, and he steps up and fires. The pass
Wide open.
caught out across the middle of the 35. He fumbles. The Rebels pick it up at the 35-yard line and pull down at the 37-yard line, giving ground. Picking up the football and recovering it for the Rebels is Chase Bostic, the big play man. Hayden made the hit after they caught the pass, Jim. J.R. Hayden way back down the field. And the Rebels with a huge break after the Tigers had what would have been a 1st down reception. They fumble it away to West Monroe, and Bostic recovers at the 37-yard line of Moss Point.
And folks, we said it right. It was J.R. Hayden, the defensive tackle that was down probably 30 yards downfield that caused the fumble with a big hit.
1:42 left in the 3rd period. Pitch it out. Sweeping left is J.J. Johnson. He is going to be hit and stopped for no gain. Knocked down at the 37-yard line. Jason McBeath, the linebacker, an outstanding football player. A 6'4", 190-pound senior for the Tigers of Moss Point makes the stop. No gain, West Monroe at the Moss Point 37. It is 2nd down and 10 yards to go. The toss sweep gains nothing on that play.
And Frank, big number 74 was going after one of the secondary men, the cornerback, Von Kelly. And the line of scrimmage was about the 36, and Kelly was all the way back in the end zone.
2nd down, 10 yards to go from the 37-yard line. Tucker pitches out. It's going to be Taylor sweeping the other way. He's at the 30. J.J. Johnson, down to the 30. He's off his feet at the 29-yard line. He is short of the 1st down. But a good gain by J.J. Johnson. Again, just the toss sweep, Jim. This time they came to the right side. And again, behind the blocking of Mark Banks, who was set as the wingback on the right side. J.J. got it to the 29. The gain is 8. It is 3rd down and 2 yards to go for the Rebels with 40 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
And now a big 3rd down for the Rebels. You've got to believe, though, this is 4-down territory for West Monroe.
3rd down, about 2 yards needed for the 1st down. Late in the 3rd period. Rebels at the 29-yard line. Give it to Dade. 1st down and more to the 25. He's down to the 21-yard line. And Edward Dade gives the Rebels a 1st down and 10 yards to go at the Tiger 21 as we have 24 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Marquise McBeath got an arm out, or Dade might have taken it all the way. 1st down, the Rebels at the 21-yard line of Moss Point.
And Frank, help me a little bit. Did these two teams change jerseys at halftime?
Boy, are these Rebels something here in the 2nd half.
They look like two different teams.
Indeed. West Monroe again with a double tight formation. Banks a wing to the right side, and here's the quarterback taking the football. They're stopping play. They jump. The Rebels are going to be penalized 5 yards as they jump that time before the snap of the football.
And that's going to hurt the Rebels instead of 1st and 10. Obviously now it's 1st down and 15 with only 6 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, a quarter which has been dominated by West Monroe.
5-yard penalty back to the 26-yard line of Moss Point. There, it is 1st down and 15 yards to go for the West Monroe Rebels.
And that should do it, Frank.
That'll bring the 3rd period to an end. Stay tuned for the exciting final 12 minutes of football from Moss Point, Mississippi. It's West Monroe 14, the Tigers 14. You're listening to West Monroe football. What a football game in Moss Point, Mississippi as we prepare to begin the final period of play. It is 14-14, and West Monroe has it 1st down at 15 yards to go at the 26-yard line of the Moss Point Tigers.
And Frank, exactly what West Monroe had to do in the 3rd quarter, they did, scoring 2 touchdowns, and they moved the ball offensively, and they shut down the Tigers defensively.
Double tight the Rebels. Banks again the wingback from the 26. Run the option. It's Tucker in trouble. Knocked down, losing yardage back to the 30. Lost 4 yards on the play as he came to the left side. I guess it was the option. He never really made any progress forward that time, and it's a 4-yard loss to make it 2nd down and 19 yards to go now back at the 30-yard line of Moss Point.
Frank, it was the option, but not the triple option as we know it. that time, instead of faking to the fullback ran out to block for the pitch man. They wanted to pitch it, but Mitch felt like there was too many defenders out there, and so he just kept it, and he had nowhere to go.
3 receivers go left for the Rebels, and 1 goes right. No running backs on second down at 19 from the Tiger 30, and here's Tucker dropping back and looking.
He's
and
got a
throwing
man
over the middle,
wide
wide open, but incomplete. Incomplete, intended for Demario Taylor. Jim, he was all by himself at the 5-yard line, and the pass from Mitch Tucker went sailing over his head and incomplete.
Mitch, that time, just simply overthrew the football. Of course, Demario only 5 foot 5 inches tall, so you know it's easy to miss somebody that small. But he went up and he got his hands on it, but it was the pass was simply overthrown. He was probably 5 or 10 yards behind everybody.
That was the play that could have given the Rebels the lead. It is 3rd down at 19 from the 30-yard line of the Tigers. Again, the same formation. No running backs. Here's Tucker down under, dropping back again, and he has time, and he looks, and he throws to the far side, and he has his man Turner. He's down around the 22-yard line and stopped there. He is well short of the first down. They pick up about 9 yards of that completed pass to Michael Turner. Marquise McBeef makes the tackle, and now the Rebels have it at about the 21-yard line of the Tigers, and it's 4th down and 10 yards to go for West Monroe, and they may try the field goal.
On comes number 16, Lee Deal. He has 1 on the season, I believe a 32-yarder early in the year. And Frank, this one's going to be about, 38 yards.
28-yard line, 38-yard field goal try coming by Lee Deal out of the hold of Adam Barfield. It would give the Rebels the lead with 10.5 minutes to play in the game.
From the right hash.
From the right hash mark, a 38-yard field goal try coming. The snap, the placement, the 38-yard field goal is away, and the kick is no good. He missed it left. He had the distance, plenty of distance, Jim, but he didn't get it through the upright, and we remain tied at 14. Good try by Lee Deal.
Pretty good effort, though, by Lee Deal. He gave it a shot, folks. That was a 38-yarder, and Lee Deal came within probably 4 or 5 yards from splitting the uprights.
Let's go to the sidelines. Here's Bill.
Well, guys, I was right under the goalpost, and I really thought that ball had hooked inside the left upright. I thought it was a good kick, but the referee's signaling it wide left, and so it's 1st down for Moss Point.
Tigers have it at their own 20-yard line. Bilbo back to throw on 1st down. Over the middle he goes. Has a man caught at the 40 to the 50, 45, 40, down to the Rebel 30, to the 25, the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and in for the touchdown is Tremaine Moore for the Tigers. An 80-yard touchdown strike from Damarius Bilbo to Tremaine Moore.
And that's the guy that Coach Arledge was concerned about, Tremaine Moore. He had a big first half. That's his 2nd touchdown on the evening. In the first half, to try to shut down Moore, they put Glentrail Ware on top of him, but nobody was around him that time.
He caught that thing on the run. A beautiful pass from Bilbo. Led him just right. Caught it in full stride, Jim, and nobody slowed him up.
That's Bilbo's 3rd touchdown on the game, his 1st in the 2nd half.
His 10th touchdown of the year. Here comes the extra point try by the Tigers. The Rebels now trailing again by 6, but plenty of time left in this football game as Bilbo, who threw the pass, now prepares to change his shoe and then kick the extra point. Out of the hold, interestingly, of the guy who made the touchdown catch, Moore. The snap, the placement, the kick is up. It's good. We'll be back to Moss Point, Mississippi. The Tigers 21, the Rebels 14. This is West Monroe football. Tigers kicking off now. There's a sailing kickoff, and it's over the goal line into the end zone once again by Damarius Bilbo. Rebels get it out on the 20-yard line. Yeah, the kickoff again by Bilbo sails across the goal line, and the Rebels have it on the automatic touchback out on the 20-yard line. Bilbo, not only a great quarterback, but a great kicker as well. The Rebels had come back to tie this thing at 14. And then the big play by Moss Point makes it 21-14. The 80-yard pass from Bilbo to Moore. Here the Rebels are on 20 with 10 minutes and 8 seconds left in the game and plenty of time.
Now 80 yards facing the Rebels.
Mitch Tucker takes the ball and gives it to the fullback. Straight ahead he goes on a couple of yards, and that's all. Stopped in fact at the 21-yard line. Only a yard on the play. Was that Banks that time, or was it again Edward Dave?
That's going to be Banks, Frank. It looked like big number 99, Brandon Clausell, in along with some help making the stop on Banks.
So only a yard on the play for the senior fullback Mark Banks. On that last possession, lined up at that wing most of the time, and Dade ran from fullback. And right now, Mark Banks is back at fullback. The tailback is J.J. Johnson. The Rebels have second down and 9 yards to go. Wide receivers each side of the football field, pitching out to J.J., sweeping right, looks for room, and he's going to cross the 25 and go down about the 26-yard line. So J.J. Johnson with a toss sweep, running to the right side. They're going to say his knee hit on the 25-yard line. Going to bring up third down 5 as E.J. Johnson made the tackle for the Tigers of Moss Point. The Rebels from their own 25, third down and 5 yards to go now.
So the Rebels come within a whisker, about a foot or two, of taking the lead at 17-14 when Lee Deal attempted that 38-yarder. And then just like that, the momentum swings in favor of the Tigers with that 80-yard touchdown.
Third 5, receivers all over the field. Tucker dropping back, big rush, steps up. He may run, he will, and he is out near first down territory and down. He's going to be short of the first down. He's down about the 30-yard line. Going to be close. Depends on the spot of the football as Mitch Tucker ran it straight ahead and then knocking down the 30. Jim says it may be a first down. Indeed, it may be. Depends on the spot of the ball.
But they marked it just over the 30, and since they had it at the 20, all they have to do is touch the line, and if they do, it's a first down.
Indeed, you're right, Jim. First down, the Rebels, just across the 30-yard line, and a great effort by senior quarterback Mitch Tucker, who had no running backs that time. Wanted to throw the ball, found nobody open, and he just got all he could, which was just enough. Just across the 30-yard line for the first down.
And Frankie really paid the price for that first down.
He was hit hard. Here come the Rebels now. Slot formation with McVay and Barfield to the left side, the wide side of the football field. Tucker runs the option the other way, and he gives it to Banks. No, he fakes and keeps himself, and he is out to the 34-yard line and goes down there. 3 or 4 yards in heavy traffic for quarterback Mitch Tucker. The clock is running with 8 minutes and 5 seconds left in the game. The Rebels trail 21-14. Von Travis Kelly and Kelvin Jones combined on the tackle that time of Tucker. He went down at the 34-yard line of the Rebels, where it is second down and 7 yards to go.
And Frank, the wide receivers tonight for West Monroe, McVay and Barfield, have been shut out.
Second down, 7 from the 34, and here's Tucker giving off inside J.J. 35-40. Goes down the 40-yard line. Near the first down stick, it's Taylor, not J.J. Demario Taylor, the little guy with great quickness inside. And out near first down territory, the 40-yard line, where Kelvin Jones makes the tackle, and Jim, it will be a first down and 10 for the Rebels just across the West Monroe 40-yard line, and a nice job by Demario Taylor.
And that was quick on quick, 5'5", 155-pound Demario Taylor going up against 5'5", 140-pound Kelvin Jones.
McVay and Barfield are wide to the left side in the slot once again. Banks the fullback, Taylor is the tailback. Mitch Tucker from the 40 gives it off to Taylor inside. He's the 45 midfield. He's the 40, the 35-30. He's in the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown Rebels! Demario Taylor goes. No, it's J.J. Johnson. No, it's Demario Taylor, and he goes the distance for 60 yards and a touchdown, and the Rebels are within 1.
Just a gaping hole that time, Frank. Give all the credit to that offensive line. Bill, how about that run? Right now, Bill's giving, I think, Demario a high five over there.
Take it away, Bill.
Well, he certainly deserved a high five, a low five, a sideways five, and anything else that we could give him. But to credit the offensive line, and I tell you what, credit these Rebels. They answered a big play by Moss Point, and they've come back and just one kick away from tying this football game up. And, boy, just a whale of a football game so far.
Lee Deal's extra point is up, and it is good, and we are tied. Lee Deal ties the score. We'll be back with 7 minutes and 13 seconds to play with the score. West Monroe Rebels 21 and the Moss Point Tigers 21. This is West Monroe football. Lee Deal with the extra for the kickoff for the Rebels, a sailor. Going to be picked up by a short man at the 20. Farley back to the 25, 30, and out to about stopped at the short of the 30-yard line is Andrew Forney in the kickoff return. So West Monroe's Deal kicks it off. The Tigers are back to their own 29. Justin Folks on the tackle on the special team for the Rebels. And now, Jim, the Tigers take it with a score tied at 21. What a football game with 7 minutes remaining in the contest.
Whew. I tell you what, I can hardly take it up here in the press box. I can imagine the folks back home listening to this one on the radio. Don't forget, you've got to watch it on Tuesday night. Sunrise Communications presents it on Channel 17.
For sure. The Rebels on defense now. The Tigers are on 29-yard line. Bilbo with a long count, takes the ball, drops back. Flags are down. Play is being stopped. We will have a penalty assessed.
It'll be against West Monroe. That time Glenn Trail Ware just faking the blitz. He wasn't coming on the blitz. He was trying to just cause some disruption along the offensive line, but he stepped across or into that neutral zone.
Demario Taylor with a 60-yard run has tied this score once again after the Tigers had struck with an 80-yard pass play touchdown of their own from Bilbo to Moore. This 5-yard penalty against West Monroe moves it out to the 34-yard line of Moss Point, where the Tigers have first down and 5. Bilbo down under center on first down. Clark signals, sends a man in motion, takes the ball, drops back to throw, sets up a screen. Over the middle he goes. The pass is incomplete. Intended for Tremaine Moore, but very well defended by the Rebels, who smelled it out. And Ricky Gill was back there and actually had a chance for the interception.
He had a chance, and they had to throw the ball awfully high, and then Mims Boyce was coming up from his linebacker position. He had dropped into coverage, and he had a chance maybe to pick that ball off as well. Just a great job by Gio. Gio has really played big tonight.
Unbelievable second half by these Rebels on both sides of the football. I don't know if I ever remember a turnaround like this.
Amen.
Second down 5 for Moss Point from its own 34-yard line as they send 2 receivers to the right side. And Damarius Bilbo goes down under at quarterback. Second down and 5. Bilbo takes the snap, and again he's back to throw. He looks and fires, and the pass caught at the 45, and down there immediately is Jamal Armstead. That ump you heard was a great tackle by the Rebels. Coming in hard to make the stop was Chase Bostic, but it is a first down the Tigers with that reception at the 45-yard line of Moss Point.
Bilbo threw a strike, but I tell you what, his receiver paid the price. Chase Bostic really leveled him, but give him credit. The receiver hung on to the football, and that gives his team a first down, but he'll think about it, Frank, the next time the ball comes his way.
Indeed. First down, the Tigers at their own 45-yard line. They'll send Dennis Walker wide to the left side, and a man goes to the right side, and flanker Anthony Simmons. Shotgun for Damarius Bilbo. Has the snap, wants to throw. There's the rush, sets up a screen, has his man at the 45. Pulled down at the 49-yard line with a great tackle by J.R. Hayden again. The great quickness of J.R., Jim, as he got back there to make the tackle on little Sherrod Pickens. And they had some running room ahead as they had set up the screen nicely, but it's broken up by Hayden. They pick up only 4 yards on the completed screen pass, and out to their own 49-yard line, the Tigers have second down and 6 yards to go.
And Frank Hayden penetrated about 10 yards into the backfield before he realized the play, and then made the stop. Nobody would have caught, nobody in front of the receiver that time. It had to be Hayden from the backside.
Back down under center goes Damarius Bilbo, takes the ball and gives to the fullback. He is stopped at the 50, 1 yard, and that's all for Quincy Hicks as he took it right in the center of the football field and is stopped at the 50-yard line. B.J. Simmons and others are there for West Monroe. So the Tigers at the midfield stripe will have third down and 4. The clock is running with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game, and the score tied at 21.
And all the plays becoming big with the score tied and a little over 5 minutes to go.
Big third down play. 3rd and 4 from Moss Point from the 50-yard line, and Bilbo takes the ball and fakes and rolls right. He wants to throw the football. Looking, stopping, throwing. Intercepted! Rebels having it down to the 20-yard line. Rob Macbeth with an outstanding interception, and the Rebels take the football at their own 20-yard line.
Looked like maybe Jared Cross, the other safety, was able to deflect the ball initially, and then I think it went off the receiver's hands, but Ron Macbeth came up with a tremendous play tonight. That's his, I think, 2nd interception on the season.
And so with 5 minutes and 7 seconds left in the game, West Monroe takes the football back. First down, call at their own 21-yard line. The score tied at 21. Here's Mitch Tucker. He will have Banks at fullback and J.J. Johnson at tailback. And he'll take the ball and a quick pass in the right flat. Has Barfield out there, and he avoids the man. And he goes out beyond the 25 to about the 27-yard line. And was that Demario Taylor, Jim? It was Taylor that time, not Barfield. And he advances that ball out very near, in fact, to the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 8 on the play. It'll be second down and 2 yards to go from the 29. Kelvin Jones made the tackle of Demario Taylor. Nice running grab and run by Demario after he caught the football.
Good job of blocking by number 2, Adam Barfield. Just a quick screen out to Taylor.
So the Rebels now with second down and 2 from their own 29-yard line. Mitch Tucker has the eye backfield. Again, fake short. Back to throw. He's throwing long down the field. Has a man to 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, and down at the 15-yard line is Adam Barfield for the Rebels. First down, Rebels at the 15-yard line of the Tigers.
A 55-yard reception by Adam Barfield. Frank, I said he'd been shut down tonight, but I tell you what, he burst down in a big way on that reception.
First down, Rebels at the 15-yard line. Barfield behind the defender. A perfect strike from quarterback Mitch Tucker, and the Rebels now from the 15 with 4 minutes and 17 seconds left in the game, and the score tied at 21.
Frank, they came back to the same play, but they faked it to Taylor and threw it to Barfield.
Rebels in the eye. Handoff inside. J.J. Johnson to the 10. He's down to the 9-yard line. 6 yards inside for J.J. as he avoided tacklers inside and got it inside the 10. The safeties, Albert Dickerson and Kelvin Jones, combine on the tackle. The Rebels near the 9 have second down, about 3 yards to go. In fact, they're going to call it the 8-yard line.
And what a call by offensive coordinator Scott Stone and Don Childs in collaboration. They come right back to the play. They fake it to Damarius Taylor, that little quick screen, and Barfield, instead of blocking, streaks down the field and beats the defenders.
2nd and 3 from the 8-yard line for West Monroe. Here's a give to the fullback straight ahead. He's down to the 5 near first down territory. The 4-yard line is Mark Banks, the fullback. The score tied at 21. The clock running with 3 minutes and 19 seconds left in the game. The Rebels have it actually on the 5, and third down coming. That may be close enough to measure. I think they'll bring the chains out to take a look as Tom Johnson made the tackle on the Rebel fullback. Let's check in on the sidelines with Bill Nars.
Well, guys, if it's not a first down, it's awfully close. He had to get just inside the 5, and I think that he's going to have it by the nose of the football. So it'll be first down, goal to go for West Monroe. 3 minutes left, and this could wrap up on just a great night of football if West Monroe could run this thing down and stick it in the end zone. Of course, Moss Point, ever dangerous, would have an opportunity. But I'll tell you what, a lot of heart in these Rebels to come back. And, Frank, I'm with you. Don't think I've ever seen anything like it.
First down, goal to go from the 5-yard line of the Tigers. Score tied at 21. Tucker has Banks behind him. Gives it to Banks. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and driven back. No gain on the play as they stood him up that time. Mitch Tucker, the quarterback, handed off to Banks. Jimmy may have even lost about a half a yard on the play back near the 6-yard line. The Tigers came across there in a good defensive play to drive Banks back. It is second down and goal to go. That ball just outside the Moss Point 5-yard line. Clock running with 2 minutes and 41 seconds to play.
So as long as West Monroe can score, not too disappointing with that play because the clock is running.
Here's Mitch Tucker again with Banks back there, and again he gives to Banks, and he's down to about the 3-yard line, and he's going to be stopped there. Hard running, still on his feet with the football. They're going to play his knee hit on the 3. It is going to be third down and goal to go. Banks just driving and driving and driving against that defensive wall. They put it down on the 3. It is third down and goal to go for the Rebels with 2:15 to play, and the score tied at 21.
And Frank, if I'm the coach for Moss Point, Jerry Alexander, I'd probably call a timeout because they're just eating up the clock, and if they score, not much time will be left for the Tigers.
The Rebels are 3 yards away. We're tied at 21. It is third down and goal to go. Banks the only running back, and here's Tucker faking and keeping, and he is in for the touchdown. Oh, yes! Rebels score! The Rebels have scored the touchdown.
What a job by Mitch Tucker. They pounded it inside to Banks. This time he pulled it and simply ran around the corner.
Mitch Tucker faking to Banks beautifully and taking it down the right side off the option, and the Rebels have the lead with 1:50 left of the game. Here comes the extra point try by Lee Deal. Let's quickly check in again with Bill Nars.
Boy, what guts and what grit. Mitch Tucker, the senior quarterback, read the option play beautifully, faked it into Banks, knew they'd be coming after the fullback, spread the field, took it himself, and scored the go-ahead touchdown.
Lee Deal's extra point is in the air. The kick is good. Goodness gracious, 1:50 left of the game, and the Rebels have the lead. It's West Monroe 28, Moss Point 21. This is West Monroe football.
Wow.
Kickoff by Lee Deal for West Monroe. Fielded on the 15, back to the 20, to the 25-yard line. That is Nettles to the 29, and he goes down there. 1 minute and 43 seconds left on the football game. Moss Point has the ball. On the kickoff return, Des Abrams makes the tackle. Now, Jim, the Tigers are 71 yards away. First down and 10, and they trail it by a score of 28-21. They're trailing for the first time tonight.
For the first time, and in 1 minute, 43 seconds remain in this football game, and what a football game it's been.
Bilbo back in the shotgun on first down and 10 from the 29, and he has the snap, and he sets and he throws the near side, and he has his man out of the 40 and out of bounds at the 43-yard line goes Anthony Simmons for the Tigers. A first down reception of 14 yards. Chase Bostic ran him out of bounds, and going out of bounds, they stop the clock with 1:38 left in the game, and first down the Tigers at their own 43. They trail 28-21.
And I tell you, this game is a long ways from being over with Bilbo and this offense at the helm.
Bilbo down under center, and he takes the ball and backpedals to throw, and he fires, and the pass caught with a diving reception at the 49. It's going to be about a 6-yard gain on that completed pass to Dennis Walker. The diving catch just shy of midfield. B.J. Holloway on the tackle. Second down and 4 yards to go. D.J. Holiday for the Rebels. Second down for the Tigers. And the clock runs with that completed pass. 1:15 to go.
The ball was thrown low.
Bilbo back in the shotgun, and he has the snap, and he looks, and he throws near side, caught at the Rebel 40 and down there. That reception by Anthony Simmons again. First down the Tigers at the West Monroe 40-yard line. Chase Bostic immediately makes the tackle, and without the huddle, quickly up to the line of scrimmage come the Tigers with 1 minute and 8 seconds left in the football game.
Mims Boyce coming on the blitz from the right side. It appeared that he was held on the play. But West Monroe didn't get the call, and now we have a stoppage. It looks like West Monroe is going to take a timeout.
Rebels want to talk it over. We'll be back. It's 28-21, the Rebels. You're listening to West Monroe football. With 1 minute and 5 seconds left in this contest.
And Frank, all the accolades we've given to Damarius Bilbo, great baseball player, kicker. The bench press is 300 pounds. He's a great passer. He scored a 27, they say, on his ACT.
Wow. They say he's a great kid, great student, great football player. He could probably choose his college for sure. They say maybe leaning toward Tennessee. First down from the West Monroe 40. Bilbo back to throw it again. Looking, has some time. He's throwing it long over the center of the football field. A man is there, but he cannot get to it. It is incomplete. Incomplete pass over the head of the intended receiver, who was flying down the center of the field. It was Dennis Walker, Jim. He couldn't quite turn around to get to the football. Jared Frost was there on the coverage. That brought some excitement into this stadium, and it's a long incomplete pass. Second and 10, the Tigers at the Rebel 40 with 58.5 seconds to play.
One of the few bad throws by Bilbo tonight. He threw it over the wrong shoulder. He was wide open in the end zone.
Rebels leading 28-21. Here's Bilbo in the shotgun again from the West Monroe 40-yard line. Second down and 10 yards to go. He has the shotgun snap, and he wants to throw, and he fires for the near sideline. This pass is intercepted and out of bounds. The Rebels have the football. West Monroe intercepts at the 20-yard line.
Ron Macbeth with his second interception, and that might save the game.
That interception by Macbeth comes with 52 seconds left in the ball game. The Rebels take over on Ron Macbeth's interception with a 28-21 lead. It's first down the Rebels at the 15-yard line of West Monroe. Let's go to the field. Here's Bill Nars.
Nothing but jubilation down here, Frank. I see somebody's arms raised up in the press box. Arms are raised out here. Boy, I tell you what, the coaching staff is excited. The defensive coaching staff did the job. The offensive players made a commitment at halftime to come out and make a different football game. They've done that, and West Monroe may very well come out of here with one of the hardest fought victories, one of the greatest comebacks in Rebel West Monroe lore.
No doubt about it. Here are the Rebels from their own 15-yard line. Quarterback Mitch Tucker is going to take a knee as the Rebels will try to run this clock out. 50.3 seconds to go.
A penalty flag's being called, illegal shift against West Monroe, and I'm not sure what they did, but apparently two guys were moving at the same time.
Not sure about the timeout situation, Jim. Are you aware of how many timeouts the Tigers have?
Do not know, but obviously West Monroe thinks that they don't have many because they're taking a knee.
Now the penalty is gone against West Monroe, so the ball is in dangerous territory back at the West Monroe 10-yard line. But it is first down again. First down and 15 yards to go from their own 10-yard line.
Well, worst comes to worst, you take a couple of knees and maybe even a safety, and then punt the football out of there. I don't know what Coach Howes is thinking. It all depends on the timeouts, and we don't have our stat man. Not enough room for him in the booth.
He's upstairs.
So we don't know.
Here's Mitch Tucker now. He'll take the ball. They'll run it with Banks straight ahead, and he fights his way out to about the 15-yard line and goes down there. Hard running by Mark Banks, and the clock shows 43.4 seconds left in the game. And again, the clock has been stopped, and a timeout is called by the Tigers. We'll keep it here this time as the tackle was made by Albert Dickinson, the strong safety. Our thanks to all our sponsors, Twin City Imports. We welcome them as a sponsor of West Monroe football. Plumbing Incorporated, always, of course, Scooter Pleasant and Century Tail. Arkansas Stone and Masonry Supplies, TP Outdoors, Acme Glass and Mirror, St. Francis Medical Center. Jim, you read off the rest for us.
Tom Sanders Building Mart, Community Trust Bank, Waste Systems of Louisiana, Golson Aeropress, and Group 1 Realty, and all the alumni there.
Well, I tell you, I'm sure that there are a huge number of folks back in North Louisiana, all over North Louisiana, listening to the game tonight over Kickin' Country Y106. This has been a great football game. As Bill said, one of the outstanding second-half comebacks you will ever hope to see.
In fact, one of the folks listening is a friend of yours and mine, Whitty Hood. I saw him. He was not making the trip. He and Dr. Walsworth were talking in the bank, and they said they would be listening on the radio. Paul Mims listening as well. He told me he was unable to come because his son playing soccer in the morning. So we have an awful lot of people back home listening. Thanks again to Sunrise Communications and all the help they do in televising this game, but they helped us get on the air tonight.
They did. Joel Jones particularly. Joel did such a great job. We appreciate him and all the great folks at Sunrise Communications. Here we go, back to play. Pitch out to Johnson, sweeping right, hit in the backfield, a knock for loss back around the 10-yard line. J.J. Johnson, again, quickly, timeout is being called in the field, and we still have 37.5 seconds to go. And the Rebels are going to have third down coming now after running those two plays as the Tigers have used up another timeout. This time, let's send it to the sidelines, check in with Bill. Bill, you may, or the coach is probably aware of the timeout situation. We've not been able to find out.
Well, that was the last timeout for Moss Point. And I think one of the things that they have one more left, they have one more timeout left. I think that it says that on the scoreboard. There's one timeout left next to their score, 21. There's one where it says timeouts left. But I think they're talking about possibly taking a safety here after this third down play. They don't want to have a punt block. Of course, you know, our deep snapper has his arm broken. That's Peterson, and Gio has been snapping, and we've had punts that got off so far tonight, but this would not be a time to have a turnover down here this deep in the end zone.
Ball is back on the 10-yard line of West Monroe, and it's third down and about 16 yards to go. That brings you up to date with 37.5 seconds left in the game.
Frank, we're told they have one timeout left, and that surprises me because I don't know why West Monroe was taking a knee if they had three timeouts.
Right. Here we go. West Monroe from the 10-yard line. Running play inside. J.J. Johnson. He's knocked down to the 11-yard line. 1 yard, and that's all. And now they'll use the last timeout. Jason Macbeth, a great linebacker, makes the tackle. And indeed, they had another timeout left. There's 33 seconds left in the game. The Rebels have fourth down. The Rebels have fourth down and about 15 yards to go. And now the officials are coming over to talk on the sidelines to the coaches here at Moss Point, or that appears to be the situation.
Well, ideally, Frank, what West Monroe could do is snap the ball back to the punter, let him run around, use about 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds, and actually get tackled or run out of the end zone. That would give the Tigers 2 points, bring them within 5, and then West Monroe would have the option of punting or kicking from their own 20.
They would have to kick the ball, though, and Moss Point would get their hands on it again, and the Rebels will be kicking from the 20. It's a tough decision.
Bill, let's go down to you. What are the Rebels talking about?
Well, I hate to get in the huddle. I don't want to offend Coach Childs or do anything like that, but it sounds like to me that, Jim, that may be what they were talking about. Certainly, you know, a punt block looms large here because it would then tie the score. You would think that obviously you talk to Gio, get a good snap, and then we'll just have to see whether they try to kick it out of there or not. Mims Boyce is going out, and obviously he'll be the one that'll have to handle this ball. He'll have to handle it in his own end zone.
The Rebels are in punt formation, and Mims Boyce is in the end zone 5 yards deep. The Rebels have it at the 11, fourth down and 16, and Mims Boyce is in the end zone. Let's see if they snap it back and what the Rebels do. Mims Boyce has it snapped high. He's going to just kill it back there, I think. It'll be a safety. He runs out of the end zone. It's going to be a safety, and that comes with 28 seconds left in the game. 2 points added for Moss Point now. So now it is 28-23, a 5-point lead by the Rebels, and West Monroe will kick the football to the Tigers with a free kick from its own 20-yard line. That indeed was the Rebels' strategy.
Well, Frank, it's all about field position. Had they punted the football, the Tigers would have gotten the ball probably at their own 30 or 40-yard line. Now, West Monroe hopes to put them back to maybe at least inside their own territory, at least at midfield. But here's the thing that comes up. Moss Point, if they score a touchdown now, they win the football game. If West Monroe had punted the football and Moss Point had scored, they would have, well, they could have kicked an extra point and tied. They could have gone for 2, but at least you force them to go for 2 and win the ball game.
Well, the free kick, of course, will come from the 20, and Jim, it can be either punted or kicked from placement. Usually the Rebels kick from placement in this kind of situation, electing for Lee Deal to do the kicking.
And Lee Deal is out on the field, so that's exactly what these guys are going to do. And let's see if Lee kicks kind of a squib kick, which wasn't too successful earlier, or if he tries to just kick it as far as he can down the field.
What a football game from Moss Point, Mississippi. The Rebels leading 28-23, a 5-point advantage with 27.9 seconds left in the game. Lee Deal is going to kick it from placement now from the 20-yard line after the safety.
And remember, this kickoff coverage unit gave up a touchdown last week to LaGrange.
So Deal is going to approach the football to kick it off for West Monroe. Here comes Lee Deal and the kickoff. He hit it beautifully. A high kick taken at about the 30 of the Tigers. Kelly to the 35, 40, 45. Midfield knocked down the 47-yard line of West Monroe. So Kelly for the Tigers brings it back on Travis Kelly. Caught at the 48-yard line of the Rebels. They have 48 yards to go, and they have 22.8 seconds to do it. Matt Henry made that tackle on the kickoff for West Monroe, along with Edward Day.
And Frank, they're going to have a shot or two maybe to put this ball in the end zone. He's got an arm.
From the 48-yard line of West Monroe, it'll be quarterback Damarius Bilbo, and he has the snap. First down play, steps up, looking, plenty of time, rolling.
He's hit! Fumble!
He fumbles the football, scramble for it at the 48-yard line. He fumbled as he was hit.
The clock's still running.
The clock is indeed running. Now it's stopped with 11.4 seconds. The officials have not indicated whose ball. They're going to say
Moss Point has it, but the clock is now running again, Frank. They won't get off another play.
They have no timeouts left. The ball at the 48 of the Rebels, and they're going to just spike it here to stop the clock, and they do with 2.1 seconds to play. So the Tigers have one more play with 2.1 seconds left in the game, and let's credit him. You're right, Jim. It was Case Sanders who made that hit on Bilbo to shake the ball loose as Bilbo was scrambling back up the football field.
And Frank, the reason they stopped the clock was to see who had the football, so they called a timeout, an official's timeout, to see who had the football, and that gave Moss Point the opportunity to run to the line of scrimmage once they found out that they had the ball and ground it to give them one last play.
2 seconds left in the game, 2.1. Bilbo, 48 yards away, has one last throw, one last Hail Mary. There's the snap. Bilbo looks. He rolls to the left side. He's going to run the football. He is going to avoid a man at the 50. He's still on his feet. Bilbo is down to the 45. He's down. He is down at the 45, and this game is over, and the Rebels have won. The Rebels have beaten Moss Point in a tremendous second half comeback by a score of 28-23.
And Frank, they rushed 3 guys that time, and they were all over Damarius Bilbo. He was running for his life back there, and he didn't have a chance to throw it downfield.
What a football game. After the Tigers led 14-0 at halftime, the Rebels came back like gangbusters, tied the score. Then the Moss Point went back ahead again at 21-14. The Rebels came back to make it 21-21, then took the lead at 28-21, then gave up the safety and held on in the waning seconds and have beaten Moss Point, Mississippi, one of the best football games you would ever hope to see.
And folks, if you elected because of the drive not to come down to Moss Point, you missed a dandy. Probably the best football game, high school, or any college for pro that I've ever seen.
No doubt about it. These teams now shake hands on the field. Jim, they played their hearts out, both sides, and you've seen 2 championship football teams out on this field tonight.
You certainly have, and give Moss Point an awful lot of credit. They're very deserving of that #1 ranking in the state of Mississippi, and I think you really have 2 evenly matched teams. These guys played, it was really a tale of 2 halves in a sense. The first half dominated by Moss Point, the third quarter really dominated by West Monroe, and then the fourth quarter was just back and forth, and back and forth, and West Monroe just turned out to be on top at the end.
Well, I don't see Bill. There's a lot of commotion on the field, but let's go down to the field and check in with him anyway. Bill Nars.
Well, I'm at the 50-yard line, and I'm just mesmerized at how this football team took adversity. being down 14-0 at halftime and took that adversity and took the opportunity to answer the challenge and came back and played such a well of a football game. Scott Stone has stopped by, and Scott, I tell you what, we've been around West Monroe, at least Jim and I, a long time, and Frank also. We commented not a better comeback that I can remember ever in West Monroe history.
Well, I'm a loss for words. Our kids played so hard in the second half and just really showed what they were made out of, and just refused to be beat. I mean, offensively, defensively, the second half, I thought we come out and played a great ball game.
You came down from the press box after the first half and got down on the field and actually got right in the middle of the play calling. And I don't know what y'all talked about at halftime. I'd like to have been a fly on the wall, but whatever the challenge was to the offensive line, something happened, and these kids just weren't going to be denied tonight.
Well, I think Moss Point played on a lot of emotion that first half, and when we seen them come out in the second half, they looked a little flat defensively, and our offensive line, you just can't say enough. We did challenge them at halftime, and we were real confident, and we told them that we were going to win the ball game. We felt like it the whole time, but they just come out and just dominated performance that second half.
Well, this game really meant only bragging rights for Louisiana and Mississippi. Our season really starts next week with district, but you gotta feel good about coming back from the adversity, being down 14-0, being in a hostile environment. It's got to help you somewhere down the road.
I tell you what, the way we played tonight, it meant more than just bragging rights to us. It was a chance for the mythical national title or whatever. But we beat a real good football team and one of the best football teams I've seen in a while. And to come back from 14 down, it just showed our kids that it's never over. And that should help us tremendously going into district.
Scott, I appreciate you stopping by. I know you want to go talk to your kids. I tell you what, guys, just a great atmosphere, a great win for this West Monroe football team, and a very fine Moss Point team. And they were good sports. After this thing was over, they knew that they had a chance. They had the number one team from Louisiana on the ropes, and I'll say, Jim, that they had them dangling from the ropes. But West Monroe came back, found that second win, and I tell you what, just made it a great football game before it was all over with. And West Monroe sneaks out of here 28-23.
Hey, Bill, yeah. It was the rope-a-dope.
Yeah.
The rope-a-dope. That's all it was.
Well, I tell you what, I'm hoping that I can get a word with Tommy Henry here, because he had talked about his reflections there in the first half. Tommy, maybe they played a little better, or maybe they played like you thought they might play here in the second half.
Yeah, they played like they're capable of playing the second half, and they just got command. The defense first started stopping them, and they kept them deep where the offense could get the ball and score. And of course, I think the big thing was when they came back and scored to go ahead again. Moss Point did, and then West Monroe took the ball and drove it right down the field and scored. And they just didn't quit. That's great. I'm proud for our team.
Well, thanks, Tommy. Mr. Reed, we've talked about this rivalry, number one against number one. And of course, we wanted to win the football game, but you got to feel proud for these kids coming back from a 14-0 deficit and just grabbing it down deep. And I know as a former coach, you got to appreciate that effort that was out here tonight.
Bill, it was just a tremendous football game. I tell you what, the guys in the second half, our offensive line just did a tremendous job. First half now, we had a tough time, but look, our guys showed a tremendous amount of character tonight. Second half, in playing the way they did against a great football team. I'm just proud of them. I mean, these guys are great. Our coaching staff did a tremendous job. It was just a great effort on everyone's part.
Well, I hope that the folks listening back home that didn't make the trip understand that this was a very, very fine Moss Point Tiger football team.
They were very good, very well-coached team, very disciplined football team. But again, character check for our guys. First time we've been behind, and I'm so proud of them. I'm proud of the coaching staff and the great support that we had here tonight. It's just fabulous. We had the commissioner, of course. I know you spoke to him. And Louisiana against Mississippi, it was just a great night for West Monroe High School again.
Well, we're 2-0. One over Texas, one over Mississippi. Maybe you can arrange something, as Frank said, for Arkansas.
Well, hopefully USA Today can do something about that. I think they may have had a representative here tonight, and if they did, maybe we can move up in those rankings. We'd like to do that. But, Bill, it was a great night for football again for Louisiana and West Monroe High School, and I'm so proud of him. I don't know what to say.
Thanks, Mr. Reed, for stopping by. Congratulations again, Principal Buddy Reed, stopping by. And, guys, I tell you what, I don't know what to say. I feel like I played the football game myself. I'm just absolutely wore out up and down these sidelines. What a great football contest. What a great comeback in the second half by the West Monroe Rebels.